so that it's using a scythe instead of a
I'm
crossbow.
doing that right now.
Oh, okay.
Lucas,
And
is
then,
that your...
Hey, Matt.
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, by the way, we are live. So hello, it's your boy Matt Magnum, wearing my favorite trucker hat, so that I can guide these folks through a session 0 on a road to creation of character.
Road to session
Okay,
0.
that joke outlived its tendency already. Here's the actual hat for today.
Matt.
No.
Don't worry, Trucker Hat will be back next week. Okay, Silver, what do you need?
Because I was just gonna ask if it'd be alright if I could change the name at least to how I was wanting to have it spelled out.
I mean, Marcel is the... So that is actually a Latin-based name. Marcel is the masculine version of that name, Silver. Marcella would be the feminine version of that name.
Marcy.
Marcy would also be another version.
I'm just only arguing because I was talking to Seth about the name, and the one that I was telling you about was the right one.
Anyways, Matt, who do we have for this session 0?
That's what we're determining. And maybe a different culture has Marcel as a female, but like I'm not sure which one it is, because when I looked it up, it was Marcel, Marcellus, Marcella. Marcellus, Marcella, and Marcel, which Marcel is actually more of a third person plural. So I guess it could work. I just went with the A because that's what I'm familiar with from conjugation for Latin. Which I know what you're thinking. He knows how to conjugate Latin, but doesn't know how to conjugate English? No, I do not. I barely know any conjugation for both.
I'm not trying to say that, Matt. It's just I'm trying to figure out names and shit, and I don't know what to do.
Well, you can do it.
That's like the only thing that I'm able to set with.
I mean, Marcella is the more Latinized version of the name. There's also things like Marcy, but Marcel's fine. I'm not going to restrict you. I just put Marcella because, you know, I mentioned Marcella was that, and there wasn't any pushback till now.
I mean, I know, Matt, but I'm not trying to, like, specify for anything in particular. It's because it's just a name that came to mind.
I mean,
at least the spelling is what I thought of.
I mean, Silver, I'm not arguing with you. If you want to change it back, you can. I've said that several times now.
Okay, I'm just asking to make sure. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I want to change my name to George.
No, we
George
specifically
Robin?
talked about your name in person. You are who you are.
All right,
God.
fine. I'll be a never mind.
Is it gonna be George Robin? What?
Anyways, session 0, because we still have some things needing to be done. I am currently getting a character's art, which I'm going to be uploading here in just a second. So up until I have some things to show you, I'm going to here's what I'll do. I need to pull up that, and we're going to...
Also, is everybody just putting their characters down?
Yep. Marcel with an E. Okay, that is different. Sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, no, that is also correct. Yeah, no, sorry. Marcel, originally you spelled it with no E at the end. E at the end is proper.
I thought
yes.
I did.
No, I saw Marcell, which would have been the male conjugation. And E is definitely the right one. At least that's what I remember. I am tired this week, Silver.
Sounds about right.
You know, I sent you the right way to spell it, and I just included a way to pronounce it. Is probably what threw you off on that.
Probably.
Because I did send the pronunciation without the E at the end because I figured it was silent. Is why the whole thing with that.
Marcel. Yeah, it sounds silent, but
Yeah, so that might have been my fault then that I threw you off on that. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Damn. Anyways.
Anyways, I'm trying to
My
figure
bad,
out
I'm
what
sorry.
to.
Okay, I need to ask a question. So, isn't Quick Bomber seems kind of mandatory for alchemists because
Yeah, you are not getting it for free. I know what your
What?
question
I
is.
know
The
I'm not
answer is
asking.
no.
I'm not asking
Okay.
for it for free. I'm not. I'm
Okay, then
checking
what's your
because-
question? It's
I'm
not mandatory, Will. If it was mandatory, like Trap Finder for rogues and investigators,
Yeah.
it would be free. It is.
Wait, who
It's
else is
good.
West?
No, I'm asking. So wait, what? If I have a hand free, can I just grab a bomb and throw it immediately?
No.
Immediately. What do you mean immediately? Like
Okay,
Drawing
right?
is one
spend
action.
an action to grab it,
Yep.
and then spend an action to throw. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So getting
Yep.
yeah, I have to take that feat. Okay.
It's not mandatory. There are other ways of building an alchemist other than throwing bombs.
Yeah, you could just cure polio or something.
Wait, that's mostly what my character
Because
does.
I was gonna put my character down, but I might as well just leave it until like actually need to.
I mean, yeah. Also, there's not
'Cause I don't know
really
what
a
we're doing
place to
here, so-
place a character down. So, Lewis, I'm gonna ask you a favor. If you need my help for it, because I still gotta help Keat with getting items. Since you've got your items, can you start porting them over while I'm talking to Keat about his items?
It's gonna be about 10 minutes. I'm in the middle of something.
That's fine. That's fine. So, Keat, let's talk about what items you need for a summoner. You definitely want your
Okay.
hand wraps,
Why do I need hand wrap?
because that's how your Eidolon gets their +1 striking.
Oh, that's +1 striking? I didn't put that in.
I did, because you
Oh.
definitely want that.
Alright, what other weapons can I have?
Any simple weapon.
Alright, let me go to a list.
Yep. And then armor, you probably want +1 explorer's clothing, because that's about it for armor for you. You could also do scroll robes, which would allow you to get the same thing as explorer's clothing, but you'd have a scroll on your armor. Do I have a spell list for you? That's the real question.
I click on the thing on archives and it just collapses the menu. How do I go back to the normal mode?
Why the hell can it not find Quick Bomber? Oh my goodness! I'm just gonna put that in. Try it normally.
Quickly.
Okay,
Everybody
copy
just
paste
click
it from archives.
True.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
let's
you're
see.
probably
People.
spelling it wrong if I know you.
It's Quick. I can't. It's not coming up.
Quick. Yeah, that is correct. Nothing's coming up when you put in Quick.
Yeah, nothing's coming up.
I told you, Matt, nothing pops up.
1 second. I think I need to enable the compendium,
Uh-oh.
which
I told you.
is...
Motherfucker.
Mother.
First of all, when I thought you said nothing comes up, I didn't know you meant, like, nothing at all. I thought you meant, like, a...
No,
Oh,
it
nothing
is
is-
No
earlier,
result
there's
found.
literally nothing at all coming up.
Yes,
Like, it
I did
gives you
not...
the- it gives you
First of
options.
all, don't dogpile me at this moment in time. I'm
Well,
just
I want
saying,
Dogpile more.
I will... Like, that is not a request. That is a...
I'm joking.
I know,
You're-
but
you're
it's
hired.
not a good target.
Why did no one tell me there was a weapon specifically for jugglers?
A juggling
Bowling
club?
pin?
Yes.
Well, because...
Wait, he's going for the juggler archetype.
No?
I was
Also,
gonna
because...
say, I hear weapons and juggler, and I immediately thought of weaponized balls.
Today, I went into a Walgreens to find
Okay.
some cards for my father. For Father's Day and birthday. So anyways, I found two things while I was in there. A card from a mother and a child that reads, and I'm not shitting you on this, "We both call you Dad." It's sort of no, it's not exactly that. It's one of us
call
grew
you
up calling you dad, and the other married into it. Legitimate Father's Day card. And then
my
the
God.
bathroom's toilet paper dispenser had a name tag that said, "Hello, my name is I wipe your shit." And it's a name tag that it's not something that a Walgreens associate would wear naturally, because I think they have their own. But it
Oh, yeah.
looks like someone went to a Home Depot to buy name tag, or an Office Depot to buy name tags, because those are definitely sold at an Office Depot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
Matt,
boy.
should I get the stiletto pen or the frying pan?
I don't know, whichever one suits
Why
your
not?
fancy.
Well, I
Oh,
The frying pan. That
but
way you can
neither
use
of those
the
are in the
tongue
compendium, by the
frickin'
way.
I'm taking the stiletto pen.
That's fine. You just have to copy pasta everything because it's not in the compendium.
I will do so. Where do I get the wrap?
The hand wraps are in the compendium. Hand wraps, type it in there, and, you know. I did fix that.
Let me refresh. And are you sure?
I
Are
will
you
double
sure
check. I'm
you
pretty
have-
sure. I am pretty sure. Unless it didn't save, like when it allowed me to. It might not have saved.
No results found for anything.
I am trying. Compendium settings. I clicked on shit. I am going to be very rude about this. Hold
It's
on.
just like Roll20. I hope you like this. Takes out the freaking ballistic hammer.
What?
Bang. Bang.
Also, I'm just telling you, if it's a little loud for session, I'm sorry. I was gonna say my parents just left, and I have to leave my door open since dog loneliness. So if she starts to bark, I'm so sorry.
Okay, now it should be fixed.
Okay. Let's try wrap. There we go.
Yes, so
Dude.
apparently the setting. It's been a while since I've done it, too, by the way, of sharing the compendium.
Is it hand wraps of mighty blows +1?
+1 striking, but yes. It's been a while since I've had to do that, Keith. In fact, the last campaign I shared my compendium on was the thing we started, but like stopped midway through because we did 2 sessions of just to create.
Okay.
Yep.
Why is this working? Why can't I drag this over?
I'm not sure. Let me go back to see if I need to enable that. You know, it's
Are
just
you
been
okay, Matt? You sound like you're a little insane over there.
I
No,
am a little insane today.
Well, I can just easily pop
He's
this over.
just
There's no need to worry.
slowly drawing the freaking hooked sword, ready to go ahead and pull Roll20 off stage because
He's ready to pull the trigger on us right now.
If we get to a session 1 today, that's a good thing. Because I already said I'm not holding the punches of this adventure path.
Did it work? Did it work? Can I move it over now?
I'm checking it, compendium settings. It's not a compendium setting issue, to my knowledge.
Oh, that's great.
Not in the default settings.
Can anyone else drag things over?
I mean, I can try, but that won't really... Can someone try dragging and dropping something onto their sheet?
I don't even know where my sheet is.
Oh, that's because I need to give you your sheet still. So I've got. I did not add the art to it yet, but I'll do that as I'm getting it to you.
Yeah, click and drop works.
Hmm.
I just went into feats and went ahead and went through one out of the ration real quick.
So in that case, maybe your mouse is not dragging and holding properly.
There's something I can try. You know,
Which
on the
one are
pen.
you specifically
Or
referring to?
Or alternatively, which is not the case for hand wraps, I know that because I would have been pissed knowing the type of characters I make and play. If hand wraps were not a drag and drop item, I would be pissed.
Yes, because that's how that works.
Well, no, because I like making characters that punch their problems away, Carl.
Yes, I know. Matt exists.
Matt exists, but Society Matt is a much better depiction of that because you've got to remember this version, the Matt in this timeline talks a decent amount for someone with absolutely no charisma.
All right, I think this.
That is terrifying. The fact that we've had
ready?
a leader with 0 charisma this entire time.
It's not terrifying because what he lacks in charisma, he makes up for in being one of your brains. And his right-hand man is the guy who gives you all the encouraging speech. He's the person who makes the goddamn plan.
Hey, I make plans too. They just aren't very good.
So with
Precisely.
it being plus with it being plus 1 striking, it's 2 of the dice.
So it's 2 of the non-deadly dice, and it's still a deadly dice. So, like, when you get, if you were to get to greater striking, it'd go to 2 deadly dice and 3 dice, right? But for now, it's 2 dice and a deadly dice.
Is that pen set up right?
I will check that.
And let's finally see if I can use the hand wraps now. That I'm using the right thing.
Well, you gotta put the train modifier down on those.
Trained. Yeah, the hand wraps work now.
And you also got to change them to dex, because that's your better stat, and they're both finesse.
Wait, why isn't this... No, I just can't drag over hand wraps, it looks like.
And then you probably want your pen to also be striking.
Why isn't this working?
Also, why... Okay, well, other than there being 10 d4 on the crit damage, everything was pretty much right for base weapon, so... Oh, and you gotta hit the agile mark on that, because it is agile. What do you mean? Why? Oh, because you're not dropping it to the right place, Keith.
No, I only have to drag it into the right place, right?
No, you have to drag it onto the right part of the sheet. Which is the inventory page for... Yep.
Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid.
No,
So
that makes sense, because... As I'm sure Zeros can attest to, one of those things is much harder to program.
Why doesn't it go into my weapons list?
Well, because it's a magic item. Your weapon that... Fists are a default weapon, my man.
So
and also your weapons would go into your inventory as well, because they are items. So yes, your unarmed fist would go to +1... and then 2d4.
Alright. Alright, I think then I'm ready.
Yep. Oh, wait, spells. You want to try getting some spells together, Keith? Would you like recommendations if you want to try for yourself?
I would like help, yes.
Okay. Now, what level of help do you want? Do you want the help I give you for Gavilan, or do you want the help for, or do you want like me to plug and play for you, or do you want the help I give to Gavilan, which is let you look at the list and then see what works? For cantrips, I'm more than willing to give you a list. I think.
People would wait for me, so I would say do the first one.
Okay. Plug and play myself was the first one, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, while we're finishing up the more build aspects of things, why don't we talk about a bit about the setting while I'm doing the build for Gavilan here, or not Gavilan, for Ringo Robin here.
Ringo.
So, as you guys are aware, in the current part of the campaign, you guys are currently in the Time Lost Isles in a 2-year training arc. This campaign, at least the pre-written part of it, if it goes longer, that's because I still need time to prepare, and I have another source to do stuff with. So, anyways, while we're taking some time to make sure that I get preparations done for the other part of the campaign, oh right, I realized something unique about the summoners. All summoners' spells are signature spells, by the way, if you weren't aware of that.
I wasn't aware of that. What does that mean?
It means you can get all of the good crap without having to worry about whether or not you can use all of the good crap.
Oh, that is good.
So, anyways, I still need to do training arcs for people too, and we'll talk about that when we can. I'm not gonna push that in the middle of session. But actually, but while I'm on the subject of you guys being in the Time Lost Isles, this, like I said, this happens while you guys are away. So, originally, some of your, good friend Matt, the leader, and some of the other members of Generation 1 were going to come to this part of the world to discuss an alliance with a city called Thuvia. It's a city-state in the nation... sorry, not Thuvia. Sorry, Thuvia is the nation you're going to. Lamasara is the name of the city-state. Thuvia is a kingdom just to the west. To the west of Osirian. I will, however, give a pop quiz for a hero point, because these characters are starting off with 1. What is Thuvia known for? It's a particular export that I have mentioned in other campaigns.
Mount Vesuvius?
It's a particular elixir, if that helps you, any of you.
Oh, is it the one that makes you live forever?
Yes,
The
that
elixir
is
of
indeed
life.
the case. Do you remember the name? I'll give you the hero point either way, but curious.
The elixir, it was like a wine, wasn't it?
It is a sun orchid elixir, is the name.
I remember the orchid part.
So, you guys are going to Thuvia. Of course, there's a reason why your leader wants to make alliances with everyone he would make alliances with. Thuvia is no different. You are currently being led by a member of Generation 2's leadership, and you are also all members of the second generation of the project. The leader of your expedition is a kobold by the name of Vaso Volso.
Valzo.
And as such,
The name makes it more odd.
and because
Got a lot of
Vaso
duplication.
is a member of the Sewer Dragon tribe of kobolds, do any of you know about the Sewer Dragons? You've actually had a technically you still do. Oh my god, Zara is going to be so lost when they get back.
Yeah.
So, do any of you remember what the Sewer Dragons are, where they're located? This is another
in the
hero
sewer.
point. That is partially correct. What city?
The main city of this place we're in.
Not It is Absalom, actually. So another hero point to you, Carl. Speaking of which, do I have my hero point deck? I will be getting my hero point deck. 1 second. This is... Nah, I'll just give you guys...
For now, generic hero points.
Yeah, so... Anyways, the Sewer Dragons are a tribe of kobolds who live in Absalom, and if you must know anything about them, the best way to describe the relationship they have with Absalom is it's mutually beneficial. The Sewer Dragons keep the sewers free of monsters, and the city of Absalom gives the Sewer Dragons a place to call home.
They eat the poo.
Nah, they eat the leftovers.
No, they eat the oozes that form from the excrement.
They eat the poo monsters.
But since I've already said it, Zera's gunslinger was a sewer dragon.
Yep.
She ate the
I
poo.
remembered that. I was like, I know a kobold that does that. That was our gunslinger who hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah, and the last time they were here, I think I decided to make I, for some reason, decided to make Zera's character's mother have a New York old Jewish lady with a chain smoker accent for some reason.
Oh god.
God.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Which was the funniest thing I have ever done without being able to replicate. Because I cannot replicate that. Last time I tried to do that voice, Keat got offended.
Yeah.
I did what?
You got offended the last time I tried to do my New York chain smoker accent.
I don't think I would ever
Have
get
any
it.
chocolate?
Well, Keat, you got offended because you thought I was doing a poor imitation of a Southern accent. That was last
I want
session.
my chocolate. Oh, that was.
Oh god.
And meanwhile, I'm the one here who has always said that I have a southern accent, apparently.
Yeah, it's more country.
Yeah, you kind of have a slight southern bent to it.
Ah, no, man.
I mean-
that's
I
about
mean, it's
as
specific
south as...
things I say that it sounds like it. And
I mean,
Matt
yeah.
can testify, he's heard it.
Yep.
Oh, no, nothing about birthing no babies.
What?
Okay.
That is a quote from
We're
something.
skipping. We're skipping.
Well, regardless, so there's another thing. Do any of you know much about the treatment of kobolds, before Path 2 in particular?
Really good
They're
and
not
well.
people.
That is the correct answer, unfortunately. Kobolds in Path 1, they were a race on Archives, but they were not specifically for player characters. Much like orcs, they got a different stat block in Path 2.
Base.
Because, for some reason, I thought Path 1 orcs had, like, two bonuses to them. They only had one. If they had, like, con and strength, and then lacked some of the, mental stats, that would have been very good for fighters. It's like, because they would have had, like, they would have had, like, a +4 strength and a +2 con if they were treated fairly in Path 1.
Mhm.
Which in Path 1, +4 to a stat for race is still pretty good. They had a +4 strength in Path 1, orcs. And then they had a unfair amount of negatives. They had -2 to all mental stats.
Oh my god.
And that is supposed to indicate they're not really a player character class for the most part.
They ate the poo.
Well, regardless, in Path 2, they are not just a playable race now, but they are actually more of a standard race now, because in Pathfinder Society 2nd Edition, they are actually one of the free-to-play races. And orcs also got recently added to that. I don't think there's an orc companion for you guys. There is, however, Vazo is known for something sort of related to orcs, though, which, let me ask you guys a question. I've mentioned how this works before. I mentioned a particular tribe of orcs before that stick out from the norm, and this is the reason why orcs are now a free-to-play race in society play. But Vazo does have some history in that part of the world, so just as another fun little quiz while we're getting started, and I think there's going to be some orcs appearing in this too. What is the name of the tribe of orcs that are from Belkzen that the society has made allies with?
They're called like the
Oh.
Sun something.
Can't tell you.
Sort of. That's
Oh,
close. Actually,
shit.
you're right.
What's
Sun
the
is
Sun
half the
tribe?
name. It's not. No, it's there's another part to that.
Oh,
Sun Smashers?
No.
no,
They-
we were literally just talking about them, weren't we?
Yeah.
I think we might.
Oh,
Me and you might
God.
have been talking about them for a
Yeah,
second.
we were, because it was literally the one orcs that are really kind and everything, and all the other orcs hate them because they.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're
No,
called
Saren
Sun
Ray.
something because
It's
they
literally
worship
the ones
Saren
that
no.
worship
Ray.
Saren
They
Ray.
worship
Yeah.
Saren Ray, yes, but they're the Burning
God,
Sun
what's the name of
tribe.
them? Oh, Burning Sun tribe. Yeah.
Burning Sun, of course.
God damn it.
Um. Anyways,
just a-
Kate, your spell list is complete.
Oh, thank you.
The scorch. Oh wait, no, I need to do a bit of a different macro for Scorching Ray.
Okay, so I got that. So wait, no free archetype, right?
No, this is free archetype. Well,
Oh.
so fun fact: going forward, all my campaigns in Pathfinder are free archetype by default.
Okay.
Amazing. I can't wait to use the I don't know, like the acrobat dedication.
I have used
Except
that
I
on
did
Matt,
that.
by the way.
I used
Finally.
that on myself in the first
Finally.
campaign.
Yeah, no, Acrobat is really good to pick up, especially if you pick it up at 8th level and you are a human. Because how that works is you can go immediately from Acrobat to multi-talented. I also need to put in some class feats for you, but why don't you guys tell me a bit about how your characters came to join the project? I will either ask for a volunteer or volunteer someone. So your choice.
I think I can go first.
Go ahead.
Wants to go. Yeah, so I have a fetchling fighter named Jogo. He's re-archetyping into Rogue to help deal with the traps that are going to be just along this journey. His background is that of a soldier, and I haven't determined what army he was in before, but I figured that he specialized more in the what's it called, reconnaissance, or and that's how he got his rogue dedication.
Would you
He
like
got into the
a-
ice piece that. Oh, go ahead.
Would you like a suggestion? Because I actually do have an interesting one for you.
Mhm.
So, there is a. This is more of because part of the warrior dedication is not necessarily soldier but like mercenary too, right? So, you could be a former member of the Onyx Alliance.
Onyx Alliance.
So, the Onyx Alliance, why I say former member is the original reason for the Onyx Alliance existing was basically the whole point of Season 3 of Pathfinder Society. So, at this point in the timeline, they would have just disbanded because the entire reason they existed in the first place was because of cruelty. So, the only reason they didn't step away from the Alliance sooner is they still had work to do. At this point in time, and even so, the background to the Onyx Alliance, for your information, is that the Onyx Alliance was basically the I think I mentioned the Black Rose Museum several times, right?
Black Rose Museum.
Essentially, it's a museum where the society houses their artifacts and invites
All right, didn't we
particular.
try to steal from it one time?
Yes, you did try and steal
I
from
don't
it
think
one time.
I don't think I was there.
I think you. This might have been. This might have been before your character joined. But basically the Onyx Alliance used to be a thorn in the side of that particular group because that particular group is run by the Black Rose family. And the reason why the Black Rose family is successful is because, you know that old bargain you make with a witch for power for your firstborn, or a devil for money for your firstborn? That's why the Black Rose family was successful, because their firstborn daughter was always given away to a group called the Onyx Alliance in the Shadow Plane. And it came to be the point that the leader of the Onyx Alliance...
What's in the background?
That's me. Someone is echoing me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Well, it's not happening anymore from what it sounds like, but long story short, the reason why they would have disbanded the Alliance after a while is because the Alliance itself didn't always have the cleanest of histories. Like when the Pathfinder Society, they've gotten better, right? But the whole point of why they've been getting better is because the leader of the Alliance was always trying... The last leader of the Alliance was always trying to fight against the less honorable parts of their system, right?
Was he wasn't strictly speaking, like, say, lawful evil, even?
No. Actually, modern... Even back then, they would have been considered neutral. Like, true neutral. But the problem is that the Pathfinder Society is also considered true neutral. And that is interesting. In Path 1 Society, I have known of at least one character who is chaotic evil and playing in Society. And that I've referenced that character out of pure respect for the name. But long story short, he wanted the additional intelligence a ritual would provide him, and that turned him chaotic evil. But that's the thing with Path 1. A lot of the more neutral elements had their more evil factions. So in Path 2, Society has been getting a bit more sane, civilized, all of that. But at the same time, more problems are popping up. I think Society's second season of Society, you fought a Demon Lord. Technically, you fought his hand.
And are we talking about the Onyx Alliance, or are we talking about Pathfinder Society?
So, Season 2 leads into Season 3. And in Season 3, you learn that the Onyx Alliance's leadership, first of all, they are trying to destroy the Black Rose Museum because, you know, the current leader of the museum realized his sister was sold into slavery, which is basically what she was.
Caused a problem.
And so he basically is like, okay, well, I'm just going to ruin my entire family because, you know, we're evil and we sort of deserve it.
I will say, honestly, I'm not sure how I can be part of a... I will stop you there, Matt. I'm not sure how Jogo, as a follower of Milani, can follow the Onyx Alliance if it actively sells.
Well, you could have also left a while back when you learned more of the horrifying secrets too, right? You could either have left because you learned the secrets or because they disbanded. Either works. But the Onyx Alliance is mostly fetchling. If you were from the Plane of Shadow, they're basically the Pathfinder Society of the Shadow Plane.
Oh, so basically they're the only, like, the big
they're the big boy mercenary group, yeah.
Gotcha.
But I wanted to give you a good amount of background information on them. So, does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I can be. Yeah. That sounds good, because I was like, wait a second. If I'm complicit in an organization that is taking in the firstborn daughter of the Black Rose Museum. Will that like conflict with my character deity or something?
Well, if that were the case, then you would have left. So that works out perfectly because
Yeah.
you're looking for new work, and also you've made an enemy in the shadow plane, which is never a good thing. So you fled to the material plane, which is the smart decision.
Ooh, I'm an enemy of my own people.
Not your
Yeah.
own people. You probably have made an enemy of a couple of the worst elements of the Onyx Alliance. So,
Okay.
because, not every fetchling is a member of the Onyx Alliance. The Onyx Alliance is, of course, that world's Pathfinder Society. But regardless, you left there, fled to the material plane, and probably the first place you might have gone would have been the Grand Lodge, because you've heard in the past people who fled the Onyx Alliance have been able to join the Society. However, in the Path to Create Nihil campaign, the Society had to abandon the original Grand Lodge because of some stuff with Shika. So, if you were to go to the Society's Grand Lodge, you would have been met with the Ice Peace Project, whose ideals do align a bit with Miliani, or whatever it is.
Yep. I feel like I'd be a bit more opposed to, even though Onyx Alliance was sort of found on a bit of a lie for me, or at least it was covered away from me. I still feel like my character wouldn't be in like the Pathfinder, because that was like
Pathfinder Society more recently, and even in the past has been very anti-slavery. They've been Pathfinder Society is not a big fan of slavery. Mostly because it gets in the way of a lot of archaeological discoveries.
There are no cases in which, the Pathfinder has never been confronted in a situation in which, like, in order to preserve something, you must, like, abide by the tradition of slavery in someone else's land.
The Pathfinder Society does not always conform. Well, here's a good example. The Pathfinder Society practices research in Cheliax. They are not legally allowed to be in Cheliax.
Yeah.
They have a lodge in Cheliax illegally.
An illegal lodge that has not been destroyed because they've been able to.
They have a venture captain who lives in the capital of Cheliax.
Does Cheliax know about that?
Yes, they do. They do not care because,
Oh.
For some reason, even though this guy flirts with the enemies of Cheliax, they're okay with him. Probably because he holds too high of a rank. Quite literally, there is a society scenario where you find out he met with a opposite sex member of a rebel faction, and he's trying to get them to basically, like, not rebel at this moment and wait for more allies. So, yeah, flirt would be the right word.
Oh, and he's flirting with them the entire time.
Considering who Varian Jaeger is, yeah, probably.
Gotcha. All good. All right, Varian. Well, wait, so my Jogo is like, you know what? Fuck this Onyx Alliance, I'm out. Escapes from the Shadow Plane, gets to the Grand Lodge, which at this point the Pathfinders Society has left, finds a new organization, which seems pretty cool. Feeling pretty against slavery. They're headed by this Matt fellow called the Ice Peace Project. He heads up, he signs up, he gets in with a very big intention of, like, you know what, I don't like slavery. If I'm stationed anywhere, it'd probably be places where I can go to places to free people. That'd probably be how he'd go about it.
So,
how's that sound?
That sounds good. Thuvia at the moment is very much sort of they're the type of libertarians who probably would allow slavery because you signed a contract. So yeah,
God damn it.
yeah. So so Thuvia does have slaves you could work on freeing by making allies in Thuvia. My main question for you, of course, is not only is it that you're joining the Ice Peace Project, but this is around times where factions are happening. What faction will
Okay.
you join?
Ah, damn it! I already forgot about everything. Okay, so let me think.
There should be a
Raphael's armor is
document. There's a
Okay,
document.
I need to
yeah.
find that document. All right, if you. Oh, one moment. Da-da-da.
There's a. I'll pin it. It's in the mercenary guide.
Mercer.
Oh, it is already pinned. Mercenary group members. It's already pinned.
I am sorry for taking so long. All right, so our factions are, if it can load.
Yeah, Word is interesting at times.
Thank you, Microsoft, for being so slow.
Where is it pinned under?
It's
Pinned under mercenary. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Mercenary group members.
Got it.
Yep. I'm drunk.
Factions guide, doc.
And it-
Okay.
all right, so
I downloaded a Word doc. I can't even fucking open because I don't.
it
have
takes a while to open it.
No. He doesn't have Word.
Ah,
I don't have Word, my dude.
damn it!
So in that case, why don't I?
I'm looking at the.
Can you?
I'm
change it to
changing.
a
I'm
PDF
making a
file?
PDF. Yes.
Okay, thank God. Because yeah, I can open PDFs. PDFs are a non-issue. Because apparently Edge has a built-in PDF reader.
Apparently,
I mean,
my
you could just
version.
get LibreOffice.
I mean, that's true too. But also, Edge apparently. So, I do not know how he does it, but I have a guy who helps me get the maps off of PDFs. That I'm supposed to be able to get the maps off of PDFs for Society Sessions, anyways. But apparently, there's something with his version of Edge that I don't have on mine where he can, like, copy paste pictures in the documents. Which, if that's something I can figure out a way to do, that is great.
You have to go into edit PDF, and then it will create it as a separate image.
I love you. Like, that is great information. I did not know that.
It's the same way you edit the text on PDF.
And
Now,
you can do
I'm
that
looking
on
at it right
Word?
now.
Word. I'm not sure if you can do that on Adobe Acrobat Reader. That's what we use.
Adobe is expensive.
Adobe is expensive.
Anyways, I reposted a PDF file and I'm pinning that one too.
Cool. Also, I don't understand why the fuck it's being a dick and.
Maybe there's a setting on Edge too, but whatever. Why don't you read off the list for us, Sass?
All right, so I will start from the top. Raphael's Armory. Raphael leads a faction known as Raphael's Armory, dedicated to the pursuit of greater mundane armor and weapons. Dedicated to the pursuit of greater mundane armor and weapons. Those who join the armor are best known for being the best of the best at smithing and all forms of creating gear. Prominent members include Pierre Iron Fist. The Explorers of the faction, led by Seth Swordblade. This group is focused on exploration and scouting. The first ones into the unknown and the people who gather all the information for the Ice Peace Project. Prominent members include Darius Targan, Ariel Solis. Pact of Steel and Waves. This faction is led by Matt and his sidekick Graves, most who join seek to learn from these two how to make spells using magic in a more effective manner, and most importantly, they plan to become masters of the blade. This faction's main purpose is teaching those who seek to be better fighters and mages on the battlefield the arts of the mage and warrior, and thus they are often set out on the toughest missions. Notable members include the likes of Germana Celia, and Kelgar. The Fate's Fated Guide is led by the man himself, Maple Lee. Faye and the champion of Apsu, Shadow. This faction is dedicated to those who have dedicated themselves in the aid of others, mostly consisting of champions and clerics of various faiths. This faction focuses on becoming the most dependable healers and medics possible, leading them to be the best outcome, which leads them to bring the best outcome in whatever fight they are in. Their other purpose is to train defenders of the world. The greatest knights are always likely to hold this faction in higher regard than any other. Notable members include Mimi Lilac and Lily Lilac. The Gavilan Gang. Led by the Master Bard Gavilan, this unit has no clear defined purpose, even though Matt tries to lead them to efforts to further their growth and expansion of alliances. Those with charisma or high energy find themselves here. For this, it is easy for many recruits to end up in this group. Prominent members include Redacted,
At the time,
IPPD.
there wasn't any notable charisma-based characters.
The IPPD, led by the Great Investigator, Livia Seranus, and the Thaumaturge, Zord Eastcrupper. This group is the one who can sort out the greatest of mysteries, and thus they look into any in-rank crimes or any plots against the group. Shaw is quite busy. The worst part is for now that due to the cult of Nethys, she has a metric shit ton of paperwork. However, she is more than capable of getting her people to get back in the mix in her stead. Prominent members include Redacted.
At the
The
time,
Puddle Walker.
there weren't too many, yeah.
The Puddle Walker. Led by Doth, the Puddle Walker, the group, is completely unfocused. Those with huge ambitions tend to join this faction. The other weird thing about the group is that they tend to need a second faction to focus their actions on. Prominent members include Trimrock and Droldrarg Deeprand.
They also have
And-
been more focused towards like disaster relief and emergency rescue type of situations.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Ambition. This group, led by Lillian Murillo and Alexander Romanov. This is the former bounty hunters faction. They tend to do bounty work. For instance, if you're on the ICE KGs or the Project's wanted list, you will be tracked down by the heroes in Ambition. The prominent members of Ambition include Odin the Wise, Thorum the Mighty, Chelsea Ocean, Clara Sky, Heather Morgan, Oldie Strongback, and Alda Luris. So it sounds like all the
It's
hard-hitting...
that is a wide list. Ambition is not just smart or strong or charismatic. They are the trackers. They are the people who will look for the people who are going to get in the way that are hiding.
You got your people who are ambitious in other groups that people like to get in, and then there are the ambitious group themselves.
So, to be fair, Ambition was the name of Alexander's own mercenary group. So Matt just adopted.
Yeah, that's why
it's
not exactly open. It sounds like it's more like a closed group that entered.
There are people who have joined.
Skilled.
Yeah, there are people who joined, but it is one of the more elite sort of factions. Like, that one would require a bit of an exam to get in, essentially.
Damn, a test.
Which, to be fair, is mostly because if you join that faction, you're more likely to do solo missions. Like, a lot more likely.
Ooh! Solo missions. By themselves. Doing tracking. Okay. I guess Jogo would probably most likely go into the Explorer's Oath, but a heavy second would probably be Ambition.
Okay.
Would that make sense?
Yep. So, that being said, why do you think you were chosen for this particular assignment? In character, of course.
All right. What does my character know about this assignment?
At the moment, this is an alliance-making expedition to the nation of Thuvia, in particular starting in the city of Lamasara.
Okay, so, well, he's probably heard a bit about the practices of slavery alongside here. So what Jogo is probably hoping for is to whatever alliance, whatever deals that he has to make over here. It's not dealing with slavers, but dealing against slavers. So helping people get free rather than helping people who enslave others.
Yes.
Because if he was involved in a diplomatic mission to resolve things with slavers, that wouldn't make sense. You wouldn't bring him there, right?
Right.
So if anything, him being there or him being approved would make him think this is a mission where I get to free some people. I get to do something good.
Okay. So, Sass, since you volunteered, who do you want to volunteer to go into it a bit?
All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's Keith. I know, I'm joking. There is no eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Keith, tell me your backstory, bitch.
Well, okay. This here.
That's a little aggressive.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This little green man over here. This is Ringo Robin. He is an archaeologist of ancient Osirian. And when he was out on one of his many expeditions to try and find out more about this interesting and fascinating culture, he stumbled upon a lamp.
Oh wow.
He thought,
Oh no. Oh no, not another one.
what an interesting little find. And so he got the lamp out in very good condition, started to clean it. And out of smoke, this weird little dragon. Now, at first, Ringo was ecstatic of his find, because this would have had to have been a dragon that was trapped all the way in ancient Assyria, and therefore would be a first-hand witness to this ancient culture. However, things went downhill when he learned that Birby only speaks ancient Osirian and Draconic, neither one of which Ringo can speak.
Damn.
So, learning this, he kind of went a tad bit unhinged for a little bit, but got better, and he decided to find someone who could speak one of these two things. The closest person he heard was a man named Gavilan, who had the ability to magically understand every language. But when he came to the group, he wasn't anywhere around. No one really knew where he was. And
at this time, he'd be at the Time Lost Isles and thrown into.
Oh no, Gavilan is missing anyway. So he basically finding something to do, just volunteered for this task while he's waiting.
Okay, so new recruit. Are you joining that particular faction?
Uh-huh.
So we've got Ringo Robin of the Gavilan Gang, Jugo of the Explorer's Oath. Keith, who do you want to volunteer for their backstory?
Silver, tell me about your person.
Well, Silver's
Just tell us the very limited story of how you came to be with the project.
Well, essentially being an elf bard, and also literally not remembering jack shit of anything for the last few of her years, which would be many years. Essentially, because of this, she mainly spent majority of her time just wandering about, playing her music and all of that, and essentially, oh god, how would this even go? Essentially, I would assume at some given point she would have run into at least like some sort of association with the group, and it was pretty much kind of curious what it was all about. and given to find out some of the things they do, she became interested in wanting to be a part of it, and at least strived out to essentially join in on this whole little group thing of what they were doing. So she had pretty much then went on to at least try to find whoever it is to at least try to go through the whole process of getting in and all that sort of thing.
So, and I'm guessing you also are tagging along because everyone in charge of recruitment is missing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're missing?
No, everyone's off training, but Gavilan specifically is missing.
Well,
Oh, he's with the-
everyone is technically missing because, officially speaking, your travel to the Time Lost Islands is not on records that Gen 2 members would have.
Oh, but I
That
don't
makes
think
sense.
which part was here.
Damn, I really wish that Gavilan was here.
Yeah, I really wish that he could tell me what this weird dragon just keeps pulling on its tie and making weird impressions of people I've never heard of. I wish I knew what he was saying.
Anyways, so Silver, who do you want to volunteer for their backstory? Also, I'm guessing you're also probably joining a faction revolving around recruitment.
Probably.
Gavilan gang. Gavilan gang.
Gavilan gang. So 2 members of the Gavilan gang, and we have Marcel.
Gavilan gang.
Why not join the
Oh,
Puddle
Lord,
Walkers?
out.
That
Why
hurt my voice, but boy did I enjoy saying it.
Why not join the Puddle Walkers?
No one joins the Puddle Walkers.
No.
So, who do you want to volunteer
So-
for their backstory, Silver?
Actually, who hasn't gone yet? Because
Your
I
choice-
haven't
you,
gone
you
yet.
get to choose
haven't
between
gone yet.
Shadow, Yuki, and Lightsbane.
Carl,
haven't
you're
gone yet.
next.
Okay.
Oh,
just trying-
Carl.
I was
Hey,
thinking,
You guys
and
have to be telling
I'm
you
like, I
stories.
have an idea, but I have no idea who I would have ran into at this point. Because, like,
Well, they're all
Okay, hang
gone,
on.
so.
so
Well, first
the
question,
only-
did you join more recently in this sort of, well, no one's here to actually finish the paperwork?
no,
S-
I think I would have probably have joined earlier than that, but not too much earlier. Like maybe a couple weeks before.
So, around the time the main cast was in Andoran, then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um,
honestly, you could have ran into
so-
the man himself at this point, because, like,
okay.
there
Yeah.
was a couple of dealings with Shaylin by a couple of various people during the Andoran trip.
Mhm. Yeah. So I was just, making camp in the woods and such, and all of a sudden, my familiar Rajin just starts flying off. I chase him, just constantly trying to calling out to him, Rajin, come on, just trying to get him to come back. Eventually, Mac just gets a bird perch on its head. Just perches right on the top of his head.
Time to play the interaction.
Not necessarily.
Aw.
But I'd come up panting because I'm assuming like far outskirts of the frickin' town, all the way to there, trying to chase down a bird. Not exactly the easiest thing.
Definitely not. Matt would meanwhile be thinking, is like, these aren't the typical talons that I'm used to resting on my head nowadays.
Okay.
Because
What?
Justice does have a tendency of resting on his head until he gets swatted
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. But anyways, I would profusely apologize and everything, and just pick up Rajan from your head. And just,
Well, we all know how this goes. Matt offers you a job at this point.
yeah.
It's like, come on, this guy asked everyone to. He's like. It's like Luffy on Thriller Bark for Matt. He just asked everyone to join his crew.
What's this, Alcina? Welcome aboard.
Hello, have you ever heard of the Ice Beast Project? And he gives you out of pamphlets.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, I'm thinking Pack of Steel and Waves would
Cool,
probably
cool.
be
Ah.
that's the more magic focused group. So
I mean, you are also a divine caster, and you're
Yeah.
sort of that weird workaround to getting an int-based cleric, because you are a
Yeah.
fervor witch. You serve Shaylin herself as your patron.
yeah, so
Because
it's either
that's-
Faith's Faded Guide or Pack of Steel and Waves. I was just like, which one? I don't know.
There's so many of them. They should probably combine some of them.
They're gonna
Or
combine.
make it to where it's a little bit easier.
They're gonna
to
combine!
which one is
Alright.
which.
Oh please, honey.
Ultron.
Anyways,
Fine.
one
Well-
of the two.
Gurren Lagann references aside, who are you volunteering, Shadow? Well, actually, Shadow, why do you... You know why you're here. Shadow, who are you volunteering?
Well,
Okay.
Tell
Well,
us your
well,
backstory,
well.
Will.
Hello, I'm Gabby. I work at You see,
Oh no, it's the fruit again. He's
I-
back.
It's Aleshi.
Hello. I'm the battle medic for the oh crap, now I need to think of a goblin tribe.
Goblin
Bubble
tribe.
Brashers. The Bubble Brasher tribe, and you see, well, I kinda got bored, and I mean they kinda needed a medic because well, you see, a lot of goblins die when they're trying to raid a settlement to get food because
The
you
Bramble
never really raid anything else
Bashers
anyways.
raiding a settlement.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound right, Will.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Did I say settlement? I meant farm. Anyway.
Not sure that
Anyway,
resolves it.
oh my God.
So
I'm not sure that resolves with Matt.
For
Yeah.
the non...
actually, no. I need to find a different clan.
Why not the
Actually-
Moneymaker
oh, no.
clan?
Oh
What?
God.
Moneymaker clan
Oh.
is a clan that is somewhat, not more recently in the timeline, but has been aligned with the Pathfinder Society. But they are literally
Actually,
the
wait,
hold
no,
on.
I
Let me,
do.
well,
I'm
well,
gonna make
well,
up-
well, 1 second. Give me your time. They are the stereotypical money first goblin.
Hmm.
Their literal last name is Moneymaker.
Yeah, and we ran into them in that one.
There has been
Okay.
a segment of the Moneymaker tribe more recently that has been starting pillaging and looting.
I just realized I came up with a better idea.
Okay, cool.
They're the goblin tribe that routinely raids Farmer Bob's house.
Oh God.
Oh my
and this
god.
character is Farmer Bob's nemesis.
That
Wait,
is
Farmer
great.
Bob from RuneScape?
Can someone
No.
explain the lore so I
No.
can can
No.
understand?
The
Farmer Bob
Farmer
with his
Bob
pig
is
from
a
this campaign.
halfling fighter who is he wanted to go on an adventure and kill some people, but he wanted to be on the right side of history. So he joined a good organization. So he's killing the
Yes.
right people.
Allegedly.
And
He is
meanwhile,
my sight fighter.
yeah, he is
who
Will's
has
sight
who rides
fighter.
a pig into battle.
Yes, and has a negative int and a positive strength because I find it hilarious.
Yes, but
It sounds fun.
this yeah, she's a member of the goblin tribe that routinely raids his farm because he has to defend his farm from a lot of things.
But why are you raiding his farm? For money?
Food.
Food. Okay.
But anyways, I kind of got bored, so I'm just traveling around, see what happens. Yeah, because there usually is a lot of casualties when they keep raiding, which is why they needed a medic. I forgot to mention, I haven't introduced Blurg. Say hi, Blurg. Blurg.
I'm guessing
See a
that's
puddle,
how.
you see a puddle on the ground, basically with arms.
Huddle.
Oh god.
Will, you said the word. How dare you say it? How
What did he
dare
say?
you? He said
He
puddles.
said puddle.
That's a joke from before you joined back up too. Jesus, Will.
Yeah, you told me about that joke, and you put it in the name of Dot's organization.
Yeah.
To be
his
fair,
faction.
the
Swear to
reason
God,
that
I wanted
took
to
so
call it
long
out.
was because of Doth.
Yeah. No, it literally it was Dot trying to incite every fucking puddle in
Oh,
existence.
no, he wasn't
Please
actually
check out
supposed.
episode 5 or 6 for that.
Wait, puddle? What puddles? I'm confused.
I think he wants to join the puddles.
So Blurg sounds like an alchemical familiar, and it sounds
Yes.
like it's more slime in nature than familiar
Yeah,
in
it's
nature.
like a slimish thing. Yeah, that has arms. It kind of
It looks
scoots
like
across
muck.
the ground, anyways, and
It
it
looks
says
like
blurg. It says blurg. That's why it's called blurg.
So, when did you join up, and what faction are you a part of, Gabby?
Oh yeah, what factions? What options for factions again?
It sounds like you're a Faith's Fated guide because you're a medic. But that's the faction dedicated to like healers and defenders, and honestly, you aren't a defender, but you are definitely a healer. You could also
We all
be
like
you're an
healers.
alchemist.
I like lighting things on fire, by the way.
Oh, in
Oh.
that case, Raphael's Armory, because I forgot you're an alchemist. You use mundane creations to heal, so that makes more sense.
Woohoo! Thank you for joining.
Do I
Specifically,
smell
that
potential
farmer's
course.
barn. I like lighting on fire every other day.
Of course, Raphael's Armory. Raphael's not there at the time. He's missing, quote unquote. Also,
But so, anyways, if at any point you need me to light something on fire, I got it. I got you. I got you real good.
Again, I'm
as a
smelling potential
GM,
fire friends.
as a GM, this is my second goblin alchemist who is an arsonist.
was the first one Keith?
No. The first one I had in a society campaign, and they're
Oh, okay.
like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna be smart about this hazard that I sort of know is a hazard the minute we move this log. I'm going to burn I'm gonna set up like 6 alchemical bombs to be rigged to explode." So I have them make a few
Ah.
checks, and they start a minor forest fire.
You see, I
Wow.
unfortunately did not take the feat for that.
That
You
was
will
not a
take it
feat.
soon,
That
then.
was a improv skill challenge.
Oh, there's a feat for that.
He did not
No.
have that feat. I did not know
Yeah.
there was.
Ah.
There probably wasn't around at the time. If I'm being
It was
honest
literally
with
just
you.
a level 2 feat. It's just you can rig up to like 4 bombs to explode, and you can use a reaction to detonate it.
Ah. Well, I
Yeah,
also
activate-
had
oh, yeah.
I had checks to actually set it up too, because well, there were 2 swarms in that log that the minute you touch it or like get close to it with being detected, start attacking you.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is an adventure path we'll get to at some time. Regardless,
Okay.
Will, I guess you're going to have Reeve introduce himself.
What?
Because you
yeah.
are passing the torch to Reeve.
Reeve.
So, Reeve is a character that I've played before in prior campaigns, not with Matt. But he is a antisocial computer tech from another world.
Actually,
Wow.
didn't
And
you?
Zeros has him managing his computer devices back at home base. But he also has commanded Reeve to get out and get natural light. Now, Reeve doesn't like to do this, so he's doing it by proxy through an artificial body.
Okay.
He was given a letter of
So
introduction
let me-
from Zeros to Matt.
Let me get this straight. Zeros told you to touch grass, and you made an artificial body to go touch grass.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. And then why'd you determine you go where Zeros is? Why couldn't you? Is-
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Zeros' employers would consider the current situation a if you got hands, put them on deck type of situation.
Understandable.
Instructions from Zeros to Reeve. Go find this person, photo of Matt, and this person, photo of Graves. Ask the
Photo.
first person for a job. Present this letter explaining the situation to him. Just say job, please, and hand over the letter. If he asks
He-
questions, say, "I know Zeros. He told me to come here. I know you don't like talking much, so that's what I'm going to ask you to do, Reeve. From there, roll the punches and just kill shit. This is a game to you anyways, so you may as well enjoy it. And if you can't enjoy it, then just, I don't know, do something for once other than sitting in front of a screen, please." Reeve, seeing this message from Zeros show up in an email, is like, no. And then after stalling, decides, and getting multiple emails, decides, fine, with a single word reply, and creates an artificial body and sends it in his place, which he pilots from time to time. Because the flow of time space is 1 to 7 in the dimension that he's in, meaning that for every 1 day in his dimension, it's 168 hours out in another place.
Ah, I see.
Well, no, it's backwards. For every 168 hours there, it's 24 hours in another in the real world.
So it's
Basically,
like a
days
part-time
are seven
job.
times as long. So it's a part-time job to him, where he gets to go kill shit. And he
But he does so
circumvented
like a video
Zeros'
game.
instruction as a loophole. Yes.
Yes.
So he goes over to Matt and says, "Job, please." Handing over the letter.
Why are you handing over a letter? Of course you can have a job.
Oh, as if it matters. Zero sent me.
Okay, I
doesn't.
will peruse the letter, but yeah, I'm still fine with you having a job. Literally, don't think I've turned anyone down who wasn't outright evil.
Debatable.
Thank you.
he-
And then he just like walks over, takes a seat at the pub that you're at, and pretends to not exist for a while, essentially going into sleep mode.
Anyways, why do you think Reeve was chosen for such a mission as alliance making with his particular conundrum?
Well, he was sent to join Matt, which is supposedly the Mage Knight tribe, as a champion with a scythe. The body that he was given.
So
That's the faction that he was sent to join initially.
So probably you're here because this expedition needs muscle.
Yep.
You can let other people do the talking.
Exactly. My character has a -2 charisma. He has 8 charisma and emotionless as ancestry feed. So he gets an additional -1 to diplomacy and an additional -1 to diplomacy, an additional -1 to sense of motive, and
So mechanically, this is an android. So
yeah.
I like the idea of a level 1 person controlling like a level 20 android.
Try like level enough. The campaign that he came from was a very high powered setting that was roleplay focused because the numbers were big enough that if you did what you were going to do correctly, things died.
Big numbers.
Wasn't that like something from like 40 to 60 or something along those lines?
It was a campaign setting called Earth RE, which was homebrewed to be similar to a combination between 3.5 and 4th edition of D&D.
Ah, I see.
3.5.
And it
3
leans
point-
heavily towards
like
4th
that
edition with roleplay options of 3.5.
Ah, I see. Well, regardless,
not
it seems
go
like
ahead.
all of you sort of know why you're here. I'm going to start our first break of the evening, and we'll be back in a bit. But while we're on break, we'll try and take advantage of getting the rest of things set up. Sound good? Okay. Today's first sponsor is from no one. Here's the silence. I'm turning my audio back on. We are going to start with the... we're going to go up until the first combat. If we're not ready at that point, we'll finish things up. I know a couple of you are fidgeting around with items.
I am.
I still need to figure out skill feats and freaking bombs.
And
but,
then,
I'm
Pete,
don't worry,
outside
I'll
of the weapons and armor you picked up, you would have whatever that is minus 2,700 gold.
Who?
And I know it's the weekend and you don't do math on the weekends, but you're gonna have to do math on the weekends.
I'm
What?
doing math already. It's fine.
No, I'm
Listen,
talking
you
to
don't even
Pete.
do math on the work day. You just need to put it in a calculator.
Hey.
I'm right. I am right.
Hey,
Hey.
you can't insult an entire job like that, Sass.
If
If
how
those
much-
accountants could read, they'd be very angry.
Wait, how much?
Starting gold is 2,700 minus your 100 GP for your 2 weapons, so 200 there, and whatever +1 explorer's clothing is. Explorer clothing is a silver piece. I think it's 180 for +1 armor.
I'm just gonna say I have 150 gold.
That is definitely not correct. 2,700.
Wait, halflings can use frying pans as weapons? Holy shit!
2,700?
2,700. We are live.
Let's try
yes.
not to make things so difficult for us. If that
So, our
frying pan
first
is like a 1d4.
sponsor is Quard. Hi there, I'm Reeve. Did you know, even though Quard has virtually no nutritional value except for carbs, it still tastes good? Yeah, that's right. You're gonna buy it anyway. I mean, yeah, that 20th chip you've crammed in your mouth right now, that's just something about how much you care about nutrition.
We definitely
Ah.
care about that.
Well, yeah, you most certainly do. That's why you're gonna buy some Quard. So, without further ado, come
So-
on down and buy some Quard, or we will sacrifice your firstborn. This message is brought to you by JD, the Harvest Goddess.
Reference the entire video. I know exactly what fucking video you're talking about.
I think I do too, but I haven't finished. I
I've
haven't
seen it more
actually
than
watched
once.
it. So,
It's from a Minecraft YouTuber.
Oh god damn.
so, anyways, I should
Anyway,
mention, who you guys have with you outside of your cast. So, let me do a little roundup. Of course, you have Rebutus, Ceramus. You have
Rebutus.
Drizzy Skydrop here, who is a gnome oracle. Fun fact.
A woman with no major name. Strong
You've
sense of
got
control.
Adventurer.
Lazy Fizzlebang, who is a Dampier gnome.
A vampire and a gnome slave.
Undead, kill it with light.
Oh no, not undead. Slight difference. It is confusing. That is technically a living organism. Their parents is just typically they're typically what would be considered a how do I put this? Non-consensual relations between a vampire and a mortal person.
Non-consensual relations.
Yeah, vampires aren't exactly known for
True. Yeah.
vampires are actually quite known for mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like my Japanese enemies.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Then you have Runkle
gonna say
Runewaker,
we don't
who
talk
is
about
a
the
gnome
Japanese
sorcerer.
I hope these are already put in the character Bible.
These are already put in the character Bible.
Good.
There's a
you
Bible?
have- well, most of them. I actually did create 2 new ones.
Cool. Good.
Giggy Moneymaker, who is a shadow sorcerer and an unbreakable goblin from the Moneymaker tribe.
Ah.
Great.
Hurrah! Let's see if he
Hey,
wants to make
someone
money.
you know.
Ashley
I don't know.
Planeswalker, who is a Goron Wanderer, which a Wanderer is one of the legendary games classes I do allow people to partake in if they so choose.
Wait, what?
Wanderer
What's
is
that? Bring it up.
basically what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
And these guys are sort of like more of a supervisory role for you guys. These are more experienced members who are here to do some
More
other
experienced
jobs.
members
Some other more
of
experienced
Generation
jobs.
2.
Yeah. Then you have this person. You don't know too much about them. Their name's Stella Caesar.
Never heard of her. Never will know her.
Of course, you got everyone's favorite super shipwright,
Stop it. Stop it.
Kakushin
Try to build a
Funadaiku.
Oh!
Ah, yes, Mr. Funadaiku.
w-
With
They're with us?
updated
Oh.
art. Yeah, well, this is his first. This is the flagship. Your first mission is on the flagship.
Okay.
He's the onboard shipwright for it.
Cool.
Cool.
To be fair, Keith, that one is intentional. I'm not even gonna lie about that one.
His true name is Frank.
It is actually. It's like in reverse. It's not even a
Kakushin.
last name, by the way. It's just, Frank. He originally goes by the name of Frank. Now he goes by the name of Kakushin Funadaiku.
What does the Wayfinder do?
The Wayfinder has the nice little effect when you socket a Aeon Stone. In that case, I think it's like a first level heal that you can cast
Ah.
with it because it's a pearly white spindle. Pearly white spindle's always good.
I can heal?
No,
Amazing.
No, it's you regain 1 hit point every.
No, that's the
Oh.
regular effect. There's a effect when you put a Aeon Stone in a Wayfinder, Carl.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
What's the effect again? It's to
I think it's a first level heal.
first
Fun
level
fact, if you have a Wayfinder rescue and you socket a pearly white spindle in it, you get 2 first level heals from that item alone.
Wow. 2.
Nice.
Nice.
Anyways,
Thank
and
you.
of course you have, I think I've already mentioned him, the man, the myth, the definitely not legend,
Not yet.
Vaso Volso.
Who?
Also.
Vaso Volso.
Who?
Man, with any office we wanted to do sewer dragons proud. As such, he decided to be their emissary after the main group met Solo. The group led by Wilder Strongback was able to find him. They hit up, got the job, they named 2 battles. As a lone gun versus 10 Hell Knights. Wow. It
There's
took
a
them all
reason
down.
there's a reason he's in charge for this mission. Vaso is
What level is he?
Oh.
Vaso got
Um,
very lucky because he's like 11, and he got that 11th level off of fighting those 10 Hell Knights.
Wow.
Hell Knights in this setting are canonically, if they're fully trained Hell Knights, they're at least level 10. I think is what we went down to. So he got really lucky. Vaso is a dragon blood sorcerer, by the way.
Dragon, Blood, Sorcerer. Okay.
So
There's a lot of characters to keep up with.
And this is your complete list of Ice Peace Project members for this particular
The
type
trick
of
is
session.
Not keep up with them.
Well, maybe we should start putting notes down.
Notes are always
Because I'm going
a
to
good
forget this
thing.
next week.
Hang on.
What were you about to say? Was it Will?
Yeah.
Carl, I think.
I'm gonna say this now. It just makes a first level light spell.
Wait, Pearly White Spindle.
Oh, my Wayfinder?
No, Wayfinder
No,
by
No, the
itself makes a
Wayfinder, yeah,
light
does
spell.
that. Like it doesn't say anything. Like
It's
I'm
on
looking
the
at the
per-
Aeon Stone page.
The Aeon Stone. Okay, Carl. I do know for a fact that this is a thing, and I will look it up
Okay.
because,
I'm just like I am.
You said it's a pearly white spindle. I'm looking up the compendium. Pearly
Oh
white
no, you're gonna
spindle
have to
and-
put that in manually. Pearly White Spindle is
Oh.
from the Pathfinder Society guide.
Okay.
Page
Okay.
121 specifically. Yeah. It's
Interesting.
on the Aeon Stone page near the bottom. It's organized alphabetically, so you should be able to find it.
Putting it
Pearly
in.
white spindle. There is a. It's towards the bottom. They're not done via level, apparently.
It's only a
Yeah.
level 1 heal,
Oh,
right? And
no,
I can
no.
do
The
the strength.
resonant isn't a heal. It's resonant power grants you resistance 1 to negative damage.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Which.
Because, yeah,
Hey, 1
Okay.
health per minute, which is great when you have like 10-minute travel times from place to place, which is typical in
Oh, yeah.
society. And then 1 negative resistance, which 1 resistance of any kind can save your life in the right circumstance.
yes,
It's not a lot,
definitely.
but it's
We need
cheap.
those circumstance bonuses, and we need them now.
So, regardless, I actually got to pull up the right handout.
Shield sconce.
And to get
There's
everybody
also a
else's
new.
handouts is
Okay, there's also a new thing. Shield sconce Pathfinder.
I guess I'll show this to you guys too.
No, no.
1 second. So,
In
when
order
you
for me to
pop-
have a shield sconce, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, the shields. I'm just saying the magic items from that.
It says that I have to be a member of the Pathfinder Society to take a shield sconce.
You
Oh, but
mean.
you're saying that it's only the magic stuff, and this is not magic. Okay,
Well,
all good.
Also, I don't have that restriction in this setting because you hardly ever will play, if you ever do play, as a society member.
Okay.
That's more of a thing where it's easier to get in society if that is the only requirement, and it's a rare item. So... No, I'll try my hand at voice acting this handout.
Let's go. We can do that.
The
What are
small
you gonna be,
kobold
horse?
places on. The small kobold paces on the deck of the ship, greeting you all as you come by. Vazo is in a new circumstance. You all are the first of your generation to go on such a journey alone, without more experienced supervision. Vazo has proven himself several ways, but you can tell the small blue-scaled man has been up for hours. With bags starting to form on his eyes, he sips from a cup. Is it from a cup? It's not hot, so is it coffee? Rum? You're unsure, but you know that he is being pressured to succeed. He finally approaches the center of your gathered forces. As he pushes an empty crate into the center of you all, Nope, don't help me. I've got this. Okay.
I help him.
Then don't help me. He glares at you. Anyways, he gets into the center of the thing. Whether or not he's helped is going to be hotly debated by him in his reports. And he climbs on top of it. He goes... Ladies, gentlemen, we have job to do, and must do job well. Boss and friends, not an easy place to find. Boss trying to save missing wife, and what we do what needs us to do. We continue the fight. We are all brothers and sisters of the world. We all have our own reasons to join, but we united for cause greater than own goals. We need to make many friends to succeed at our goal. So, where we go first? Well, boss wants allies in Thuvia. Sun Orchard Elixir is big. And big tool for enemies who wish to lay in wait until time to strike become right. Boss and I both see problem. However, we need to be discreet in intent. Thuvia is big in capitalism. More potential customers, more money. This why we need to gain friends to help make culture value life over profit. Now, this our job, so where we start? Start at center of culture. Art! We head to La Masara and meet with patrons of art. When we get done with one, we rest before next job. However, we have suspicion on what our enemy may do to stop us. We need to be safe. We need to be cautious. We need to be team. Let's show boss we strong, and we ready to work we ready to work alone. Let boss see how we are truest heroes in Generation 2. Let's do our work and save the world. He looks around at the gathered group for approval. Some got nod in agreement.
Reeve nods.
Who is boss?
Oh,
Joko
right,
is-
new ones. Boss Matt.
Oh, I never met him.
Go ahead, Sass.
Jogo is just off to the side. Bit of a loner in the group. So he doesn't give any affirmation either way.
Oh, I just realized. Lesser elixir of life, sir, item level 5. Oh no.
Yep.
Ugh.
Anyways, there is one single person outside of you all who claps. And then you hear, just, you hear, oh man, that's great, buddy. Oh, look at you, you little guy. So scared, so brave. So afraid to mess up and say the wrong thing, but you pulled through. What a man. And that's your that's your shipwright for you. Kakushin might look like a tough man with no emotions. He is an automaton, but he's human at the center of it.
He's congratulating a kobold. Or sarcastically congratulating a kobold.
Yelling Ultra, I don't understand it.
What?
He just keeps yelling Ultra, I don't understand it.
Ultra?
What you mean plus ultra?
No, I think he means super, but regardless.
It's not character, he does not say super.
Fine, he'll say ultra. Fine. Anyways, as he is, ranting and raving, Vaso says, "We arrive soon. Prepare to dock." Anyways, we'll take a step back for a second, because there is a reason why Vaso had those bags starting to form. You wouldn't exactly know whether or not he was, drinking. You think it might be nervousness, but there was a meeting you had with him at around midnight of last night. A meeting you had with him and Stella Caesar. And as you enter, Vaso rushes over to the door and says, "Close it! Quick, quick! Come in! Very important. I know some of you are new and not actually officially members. Works out well. Okay, name's Vaso Volso. Kobold Sewer Dragon Tribe. Long story. Good friends. Look, as you might know, ship's crew, former pirates. As you might know, not always good sign. Do you follow, or does Vaso have to go in more detail at the moment?
I follow.
What sort of problems do you think might be a potential?
Well, the captain of the ship has a more than stellar reputation. His crew, on the other hand, not so much. So, we have unfortunately been tasked with having a newer member of the IPPD, join us and look into the various members of the ship. And he points to Stella Caesar. She's good at job, but new.
You have any suspicions, or is it as to who might be problem childs, so to say? Stella?
She looks at you
Maybe.
and she says, "No idea as of yet. That's sort
Okay.
of why I'm here, because our intel was not too wide on these guys. Aside from the captain, who doesn't seem like the worst kind of guy, but his reputation and his crew's reputation, the Drake pirates had quite the nasty reputation. But that orc seems good, so I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. And Vazo's like, yes, Stelly trying to do her job, but more importantly, you all knew. Some of you not even full-fledged members yet. I want you to play dumb when around other members of the crew. Don't play too dumb. We don't want you to get caught on, but play dumb. Make sure they sort of ease into telling you information. Stelly is here sort of give a false flag. When Stelly are around, people not so open to talk. When Stelly not around and less experienced people around, lips might get loose.
And we'll report to Stella whatever we find, so to say. Okay.
And Stelly can be a bit quiet, but good person.
Well, I'm sure that this is a wonderful thing.
I'm sure this will never happen on our journey.
So
during the
looks at
journey,
you
I guess-
all and says, I think he's trying to say this is a top secret. So I wouldn't talk about it. I mean, unless you want to face court-martial. And Voss is just telling maybe no mention that when first meet people. I swear, she a good girl. She just a little too serious about job.
Well, we will report it to you if we see anything suspicious.
Yes.
Right?
If you see suspicious activity or words, come to Vazo. Vazo deal with.
Don't talk. Pretend to listen. Understood.
You seem a little too understanding, but sure, it's fine. You came with letter of recommendation, so.
Can I ask what exactly the reputation of these pirates we're listing are?
We have mixed reports. People who meet with Captain Drake, pretty swell group. People who meet with his crew, rapists, murderers, thieves, dine and dashers, worst crime possible. Dine, dash, don't pay. Worst crime possible. Vazo's mother work hard for tip, no get tip. Vazo not eat for 3 weeks because of that. Which accidentally sparks sorcerer powers. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got so hungry, I wished that a rat that was dead was edible. And prestidigitation spontaneously happened. Now I'm a sorcerer. Now I'm here.
Amazing.
Then caught plague for a week. Survived plague. Then ate another rat. Caught plague again. Survived plague twice. Completely immune.
Ow.
Now Vazo eats rats.
Now Vazo eats rats.
Service to society, so no one else get plague.
Would you say you still have? You still have plague?
No, Vazo completely immune at this point. Vazo probably been in contact with it so much that it dies instantly in system.
Well, thank you for your efforts.
Yes.
At any point during this job, can I light something on fire?
Well, not on the ship.
Stelly,
I'll make it on the ship.
What would you say to that? If you want to get court-martialed, you can do anything you want.
Yay! What's a court-martial?
Where are my manners?
Well, it's where you get put on trial for actions against the code of conduct of the organization and potentially thrown into a cell.
Oh! That doesn't sound fun.
No, it is not. So, I would avoid setting things on fire without good cause and proper conduct for setting things on fire.
Oh, and where are my manners, of course? And he holds out his hand. Ringo Robin, nice to meet you.
Who's he holding out towards?
let's say you.
Choco. And I shake
Yes.
his hand in return.
How much is that again?
I think I put the feet in your thing. So, he does not do it on purpose. I will point this out. He's a very friendly, poison dart frog Gripply. Oh, toxic skin reaction. So, let me look at that very quickly, because I forgot to add the actual reaction to the thing.
Hey, this would be funny if I was prepared.
Just like how you forgot to put my jaw attack in, so I think I got it right. But...
No, I definitely put your jaw attack in.
No?
Pretty
It
sure
wasn't.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure.
Imagine shaking hands
Also,
with a
wait,
frog and
wait,
you get a
no, you don't
reaction.
have the jaw attack. Or no, is there a claw
No,
attack?
that's that. There's a claw, retractable claw, yeah. Yeah, there's the retractable claw, and then I had to put the jaw thing from the Earthworld, Earthly Wilds.
So, you know that the jaw has a pacifying rune?
Yeah, I already put that on there. Pacifying, yeah.
And
'Cause
I'm
everything else got
assuming...
pacifying.
Yes, that is correct, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, you're right, I don't have the jaw in there. Or maybe I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did.
No, I just dropped it in. Because there was the claw, the hair, and then the unarmed fist.
Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay. Regardless, it's like, I had to enter that in, because I'm like, wait...
We're going to
what do I give
agree
them?
to disagree. Because I'm like 100% positive I did that. So, once per hour, a creature touches you. You shook his hand. That's technically a minor grapple.
Me? I
need... yeah, to be fair, he's saying he wants to do it, so basic fort save.
Oh,
no,
boy.
no.
Damn you, Keith.
God,
Okay.
Why?
Against, I
What do you
think,
mean?
class DC, so... you just shook the hand of a poison dart frog Gripply.
That's
Is that
he
me?
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do it on purpose, Sass. It's just like he's a very touchy guy. So let's see.
Not funny.
Oh, no.
You're fine.
I don't know what's wrong.
Nothing's wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong with shaking that Gripply's hand. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
As far as I know, this Gripply is just like saying hi, hello.
And he can only do it once per hour anyway, so the rest of you can now shake his hand safely.
None of you probably don't know it though, because it's...
Well, yeah, no one knows it because no one is taking poison damage. Anyways, regardless, why don't you introduce yourself to each other in character before we, get back to things.
I don't.
It's 1 hour.
Yeah, it's once per hour.
If people walk up to him and they say their names, Jogo will say his name in turn, but he's not gonna be like, "Oh, hello, I'm Jogo." Oh, he's just gonna stand off to the side.
So
that's
who's gonna introduce themselves? Come on, guys.
I am
Maybe
Ringo
it'll be. Oh yes, go ahead.
I'm Ringo Robin, everyone. I'm kind of not a part of your little group, but I'm waiting for Gavlon to return, so I thought I'd make myself useful.
So,
who are you saying this to?
Out of curiosity, is the dragon in the room yet?
The dragon is just constantly making very 90s jokes that no one can understand. It's never
This is just
ending.
normal.
So Vaza's like, what's wrong with dragon? No, you gotta speak Draconic.
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, no one knows what
Draconic?
dragon is talking to. Huh? No, I don't. I don't think so.
No. Vaza was asking Ringo, speak Draconic?
No.
What do you need to know? Vaso
No, it's-
Kobold. Vaso no,
it's changed.
no Draconic.
It's ancient draconic. It's not gonna be that easy.
You would think that, but Vaso understand fine.
Well,
Draconic
I
cannot
say-
really change much, but
Because
if
that's
you don't
the
want
whole
me to
motive-
know, then fine.
Well, I say that because it's the whole motivation for the guy being here. Finishing that in 5 minutes probably wouldn't be smart.
I know you're saying that, but like, also, dude, the Kobold's probably bluffing. If it really is ancient Draconic, he probably thinks it's saying something worse.
Oh, all right. Oh, then, and he takes out his pen. Please tell me everything it's saying.
Ah. Huh. Vaso not sure you should write that down. Wow. Many insults about your mother. Huh.
Ancient.
Damn!
Ancient.
Damn!
Meanwhile, for subtle comedic reason, there's just casual loot playing in the background of this conversation.
Vaso also here. Wow. Dragon think your mom be with every man in town. Dragon really into your mom.
No, the type of insult you do indicates the way their society was at the time.
Also, Dragon going on about genociding Gripply race.
Amazing.
Damn.
You knew about the Grippleys then, even all the way in ancient Osiris.
And you just see
wait
your
until-
Vaso.
about this.
Vaso asks him like, why are you talking about why are you talking about genociding the Gripply? And the dragon's like, no, not what. It does not appear like Vaso can translate well.
Well, actually, currently he is just doing a weird impression of a goat.
I know Draconic. What's the dragon actually saying?
It is not a. It is a very old form of Draconic, so that would be what you think it's saying as well. So basically, it'd be like taking ancient. It's like from ancient Osirian, right? So like where words are being conjugated just doesn't sound right. It sounds like he's saying some things, but from your basic understanding of what he seems to be intending, that's not at all what he's saying. So like,
It's like trying to read Chaucer.
it's like, actually, I'd say it's more like trying to decode Egyptian without a Rosetta Stone. Yeah, it sort of seems like it'd be easy, but not quite. Essentially,
Rosetta Stone? What's that?
this would probably be where a tongue spell would be useful. Because this is like... Also, the dragon seems to always have, like, this constant impediment where he seems to be, like, slurring all of his S's and R's.
He's currently Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So...
on.
It's quite literally never ending.
So, there is weird elf lady strumming lute in background.
What is she strumming?
Hold on, this.
Wonderwall.
I was about to yell. That
Actually,
this one wasn't fair,
Actually,
but
I
see-
do have something for this.
Du- 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 du.
Oh wait,
I
no,
was about
that's
to
not the
yell.
right one. I'm thinking of...
I was about to yell that this one wasn't barefoot. I see those toes.
Yes, this dude.
Yes. So,
So,
this seems to be what... Just the more... This seems to be the general melody of what she's strumming. So,
Do 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 do.
other than humming about, are you guys gonna try and talk to the elf while they're playing this wonderful song?
I'm just listening.
I'm just gonna enjoy the music.
Just listening.
Sorry.
Do you acknowledge
music.
the elf playing the song is the better question?
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
But
I'm just.
It's like I
don't really-
recognize that
listen.
the elf is playing it, and I am enjoying the music.
Who is this elf woman? Hi, my name is Ringo.
She kind of looks up, and is like, "Oh hi."
I'm just looking
I'm
close
just
to
imagining she says that and still playing.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
she's still
also-
playing. It's
Hey,
just
there's
as
no
I-
lyrics to this song, so that works.
I'm just stuck the entire time looking at other people's shadows
You're doing
and
so many
recognizing,
How are you doing
memorizing
so
them.
instruments with just one little instrument?
Oh, that's the fun about playing a lute is you can make many tunes from this.
Well, that one sounds like it's coming from some kind of bell.
You might think about what he's saying for a second, but hey, this is normal bard stuff, right?
It's normal bard
Yeah.
stuff.
You are a very talented bard.
Probably the most
Reeve
talented.
is sitting in the background making sounds that sound like beeps and boops. That's why
No, I
the
like
beat of
the
the lute.
I like the idea that it's not even like the robotic version of Reeves, but like the person piloting the robot using some magic from the other plane to fill in the gaps
Yep.
in the song he knows of. Yeah.
By the way, Matt, how can I turn this down? I can barely hear anyone over the sound.
You have to go to the settings.
Yeah, you gotta go to the settings. And then go to audio and video and turn it down in the master music volume level. By the way, the audience can hear it now because they don't strike you anymore. They will, however, start claiming any ads and put ads on it. I see both of these things as an absolute...
Oh no! Now our streams won't make any money.
You'd think that. I'll tell you a bit about what I know afterwards.
Tell us about our new sponsor,
I'm
man.
still trying to figure out how that connects to do this.
Well, regardless, you see, as you are strumming your lute, Stella comes over and she sort of like puts the tip of her cane on it. It's just like, we're trying not to alert everyone there's a secret meeting going on here. Maybe don't play very loud music while we're having a secret meeting on a very crowded ship. It was a good song, though. I just, procedure's pretty important.
Reeve,
Oh,
stop
okay, I'm
making-
sorry. I'll
stop
play
making
quieter.
beeps
And she
and boops.
proceeds to play it quieter. She's still playing, but just
Here's fun fact, and she looks at you. She kneels down. That is probably going to get to my prime suspect's ears.
No.
It's a higher pitch. Your lute's higher pitched, and my prime suspect at the moment is a woman. They hear higher pitched noise when they're sleeping more prevalently. So that being said, you can all return to your bunks.
Our prime suspect is a woman?
Yeah, you don't need to know much about it yet. It's on a need to know basis, and while you... Yeah, I hope... What do you take me for, an amateur?
No, you seem
I guess
smart
I
enough, I guess.
Well, thank you for your time. Head back to your bunks one at a time.
That's what we do.
And remember to meet up, because your group is going to be working together for this expedition.
No, working together, I never would have thought. Yeah, okay.
I mean, like,
That's a joke, Matt. Matt, please. I don't mean that seriously.
in character, you might have said it, is why I have to ask.
Oh, no.
You're
My
a
character
loner.
worked plenty of time with groups in the past. He's a loner, but he's worked with groups on the past. What do you mean?
Well, regardless, it's been about an hour since our last break. Our first break went for our first, so we'll be right back again. It's time to give you a bit of a respite and me a bit of a respite. So we'll be right back.
Be back in
Is it a 5 out of 5?
So this adventure path, the joke I'm making is that there's a beardless dwarf and they made me make the art for him because there's not art for him. So I've been making the joke that it's a 0 out of 5 adventure path. I actually think it's decent. I think it's like a 4 out of 5. But the joke is beardless dwarf, and you made me make the art for it. 0 out of 5. Worst adventure path ever. It's a beardless dwarf, and I had to do the sin of shaving a dwarf. You know.
As you do.
As you do. So, with that being said, you flash back to the present after that little conversation replays in your head.
Are we back on the ship?
You are back on the ship. And
hello, I am Sax.
I would like to mention something. You went... So, this city is actually a bit downriver. And surprisingly enough, this boat does function both river-wise and sea-wise for how it functions. Your shipwright did a pretty fantastic job.
Okay.
And so you guys are pulling into a port that is a bit outside of the city because the actual part of the river that flows through the city is a bit too narrow for the ship. It can gauge at pretty much any depth, but can't shrink. You know, there's limitations. So, your ship ends up coming into port, and you see there is someone there waiting for you, very, very happy to see that you all made it into port.
Well, what's the port like?
The port itself, I do have a handout, so I will read it off in just a second. But this person meets you at the dock. And as you pull into the port of the town, you feel the hustle and bustle of the city. The market smells of freshly grilled goat meat and fine wine. As you exit the boat, a half-elven woman with dark skin, black hair, flowing and curling to her shoulders, and green eyes. She has a smile highlighted by white teeth and red lipstick. She approaches the boat and says, "Wale Ice Peace Project, I am Ambassador Olivia." Then her eyes, narrow, and she's like, "I thought the Emperor was coming with you all." Also looks at her as like, "Emperor busy. Taldor got hit by big bad guys. Emperor leading counter-offensive and trying to rescue Empress. I've been put in charge for now. Name Vaso." Well, the leader of the city has asked the ruling body to allow you to recruit members here. We ask that you do not involve them in any wars. We would like for the city to stay neutral for now. And Vaso says, "Well, no. Recruits not loyal to Taldane Federation unless willing to. And in which case, no worries. We differentiate you from members of Taldane Federation. You good." It's like, just make sure to keep it that day. Anyways, the queen is throwing a party in a couple of days. Your group is more than invited to come along. 7 o'clock 2 nights from now. Don't be late. And if you are late, well, try not to make a scene by being late.
Understood.
And Vaso's like, "Emperor did give me this." And he pulls out this platinum coin and gives it to her. Says message should be able to be listened to by putting next to sending stone. Perfectly logical to him. Vaso not get it. Vaso told by Melvin it's a skill issue, whatever the hell it means. And she's like,
"Don't give me that shit."
She sighs and she looks at him and is like, "Okay, I know what you're talking about. Also, what is that guy's problem?" Vaso's like, "Vaso don't even know where to begin." Vaso not even sure how Elf get like that, but Vaso not mad. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll be going now. I'm sensing a bit of racism, and I am going to get out of here before that turns into a bit more racism." What? Vazo not racist. He's like being held back
He's
from following
desperately
her.
trying to not be racist.
He's like, so Vazo's trying to follow her and explain himself, and like you see Stella is just like, no, Vazo, just don't do anything more. You've done enough. And she's walking off back towards the palace. She does, but before she walks off entirely, she says, oh, there's actually, I know sort of you guys were here to try and help solve problems for the artists in the community. There is a man who's had an interesting problem. His name is... Sorry, I'm getting to the handout that I need, because...
That is all right. We can take all the time you need.
His name is Tahar. He's a patron of the arts, and he's claiming a pretty major poet has gone missing recently. We're not sure why or how he knows about this, but we decided that since he wants to hire some mercenaries, we'd give you guys the offer.
Hmm.
And, yes and no. Vazo's, yes, they'll do it. They'll do fine. Vazo guarantees success. Vazo looks at you and is like, we need talk after she leave.
Okay.
Who's he saying this to?
All of you.
All right, we're going.
So-
Where are we heading up to?
Oh, no. Vazo is literally doing the thing where it's like, she offered you a job and I got, like, coughs from you. So Vazo's like, the hell
What?
is wrong with you all? She offer you a job, you say yes. She potential ally.
thought you-
She offer you a job,
Okay,
you say yes.
First of all,
I thought you were speaking for
I
us.
thought you were speaking for us.
No!
Second of
Vazo
all-
assigned you all to... Okay, maybe Vazo have bit of a misunderstanding, but you should... When someone we want to make allies with offer a job, Vazo should not be only one to accept.
I do it, and then the thing is having everyone participate be like a bit of a hassle. If we're an organization,
Having
It-
everyone
it's headed up-
participate help make good impression of whole organization.
It's not really my place to accept.
Okay, you
It's
have
engaging.
excuse.
my
Oh.
job, my
Beep
job
boop.
here is to be
Hello.
the intimidating.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Wait, when did you leave?
Long
That's
story
what-
short, you all free to accept jobs that comply with our standards. That job not only comply with standards, but also comply with goal. So in future, she asks you jump, you jump. Is that how it goes? No. She asks you jump, you say how high. That's how it goes. Yes. Her boss
know.
asks you jump, you say how high. Her boss's advisor asks you to jump, you ask why he asked you to jump.
Well, I can jump very high, except... No, I'm not Gavlon. No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, regardless, technically, Stelly, me break protocol? No, actually, Vazo, that was exactly as protocol dictates. Thank you. So, get to it. Vazo not hold your hand. Vazo tell you, get to it, go find guy, go get information, do whatever you want, but do job. Vazo not paying you to sit on ass.
All right.
By the way, you all make salary.
I'm playing my
So,
lute.
get to it. Also, would it kill some of you who aren't talking to your fellow men to talk to them a bit more? Like, come on, we try to cooperate, make friends amongst our own group, but we need to be friends of our own group in order to make friends outside of group, and we need lots of friends. Lots and lots of friends. Well, regardless, get to it, go about the city, find what you need. Vazo, not hold your hand any longer.
All right. So I guess the first thing is I guess you're asking us to explore. So
Vazo
I
not
guess
holding
I'll
your
be-
hand. Vazo asked
yeah, I
you
know,
to
I
do
know, I know,
job.
I know. So, what I'm saying is that if we're exploring, I'll probably go at it alone. From my end, I'm gonna be sticking to the shadows, trying to hear what's going on about through other people saying stuff in alleyways as
So,
such.
are you looking for information on your prospective client?
In terms of that'd be yeah, I think that'd be good. Any information on that would help.
So, let's see.
And I'm taking it alone right now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so if you guys want to make some checks to gather information using diplomacy or some other feat that makes sense with skill feats or whatever.
Alright, let me bring up my character. Da-da-da-da-da.
What about the rest of you guys? Anything in particular you all are doing?
I think I'd be stealth. Would that be
No,
stealth,
that
Matt?
would be diplomacy. Or society if
I'd
you have
be
the right skill.
Ask the
I was gonna
round.
say,
Alright,
Are-
that's
I was
14.
that I was gonna say if Marcel went out on her own, would she ever remember anything that she finds out?
I don't know. It's your character.
Short-term memory.
And we currently don't have any successes.
Damn it.
Actually, I think the closest we've got, honestly,
Is-
Ringo, you
is
have
Heath,
3 hero points, and you literally only need 1 higher. You want to try that again?
You just need a 6. Keep.
6 or
A
higher.
6?
Yep.
So I'll try again. I will try again.
Yelled in that one.
There you
I'll-
go.
Rolled in that one.
We got 2 nat ones.
Okay, I'll use a hero point, I guess. Since everyone else seems to be failing harder. Oh wait, no, I
oh
don't
wait,
have to
no,
anymore.
no. We've got a
To
regular
Chesky.
success.
I try to be diplomatic, but
Takeshi.
everyone. I try to be
Chi-
diplomatic, but everyone stares at the dragon behind me.
Nah, how
I'll use-
you pronounce that name is Chi 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 Chi.
I am rolling I'm rolling a hero
Learn.
point.
Chi 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 Chi.
It's
It's how the character laughs.
yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
every time they introduce themselves, hello, my name is Chi 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 Chi. Like, so you don't know if that's their actual name or if they're just laughing. So you call them Chi 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 because that's how they introduce themselves.
I was gonna say I was gonna try to do a roll, but my dad came in. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're
Hello,
fine.
Silver Stag.
Quit your songs.
So we've got
what role will I be doing?
we only needed 1 success. So
Okay.
Ringo, Tahar is very proud of his beard. If anyone were to see him without a beard for any reason, he might get a little bit murderous. Chi 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 and Jogo, you know that Tahar, is a merchant, and is well respected in Lamasara. He is a dwarf merchant who operates several textile mills, and their materials are used for clothing across the region.
Respected dwarf throughout the region. Owns mill. Let's get dwarf merchant owns mill. Okay.
Textile mill, because you might
Textile.
think like grain mill otherwise.
Respected dwarf merchant throughout the region owns textile mill. Okay.
Anyways, you do know where his house is with any information you gathered. And
Okay.
you do know you gotta meet with the guy in order for you all to, well, maybe if my mouse would stop spazzing out, in order to get anywhere on this case.
You have any ideas of his routine at all, or is it just like, is he at his home, or is he at a museum? Is he at?
He's at his home at the moment when you arrive. However, Ringo.
I'm not. Yeah, go ahead.
I do have box text here to help you describe where you will meet him, because you do know he's at his house at the moment, so you decide to go by and say hi. The soft burbling of a marble fountain fills the courtyard of a beautifully crafted mansion. The green lawn is perfectly manicured, and 2 palm trees provide shade from the comfortable stone benches arranged around a small circular table. Gold leaf decorates the walls and central dome of the mansion, and sunbeams dance about the area. Let me make sure I actually have the art for this guy put in.
Art. Beautiful.
No,
Don't
I do
you
not.
love it?
I'll have to make a new handout. That handout. I made this guy. Oh, here he is.
Is he nice?
Who knows?
Yeah, stop it.
What are you saying?
Here is Tahar.
How do you spell
clean-shaven dwarf? Oh, Tahar. A clean-shaven dwarf dressed in fine white robes accented with gold walks towards you and sets the tray he is carrying on the table. In addition to several glasses of water, there's a small bowl full of dates. He then bows briefly, pops a date into his mouth, eats it, and drinks some from one of the glasses before turning to the group. A smile touches his eyes as he speaks. "Greetings, my friend. Would you care for some refreshments?" He gestures towards the tray of drinks and dates.
Well, I would be delighted.
Food!
Ringo, this guy, you saw him without his beard, Ringo. As far as you're aware, he might get a bit murderous if someone sees him without his beard.
I'm not a dwarf expert.
No, you critically failed a knowledge check. There's that. So you are somewhat convinced, unless you manage to make a different check with disadvantage, that he's trying to poison you. So society check, disadvantage.
Okay. Would me being a poison frog help in any way with that?
It might help you avoid the poison, but you might still think he's trying to poison you. Okay,
15.
Not enough.
Second one. Roll the second one.
No, he's already failed.
Oh,
disadvantage,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you think he's trying to poison you. But if the rest of you want to make me a society check...
I'll go for it.
Can you not make a deception check?
Also, Silver, you can use Bardic Lore for an easier test.
Oh boy. Alright. 1 second.
Oh no, listen, this is a knowledge check. This is a knowledge check, right? This is this is actually like a cultural thing. She
so Bardic?
That's a critical success. So this is an offering of hospitality. Refusing it is an insult.
Wait, if I wanted to eat it, why would I think it's poisoned?
Because
I walk towards the dwarf. I do not waste food, thank you. And then I go out and eat some of it.
I didn't even know dwarfs not having beards was a big thing.
It is a huge thing.
Also,
Keat, listen to me. I told you, when you critically failed that gather info check, something that was false. And your character believes that is the truth. That's what happened. Yes. That's why you think it's poisoned.
As soon as I've...
poisoned?
What did you say, Keat?
Do I still think it's poisoned?
Yes. Very much so.
Oh. I slap it out of other people's hands. Because why
Vazo looks at you in pure horror and says, "What is wrong with you? Were you raised in a fucking forest, you fucking wet-legged frog?"
Hold on, did he smack it out of my hands?
I think he said out of everyone's hands. That everyone who
He
was
smacked
eating
it out
his
of the tray. He
hands.
smacked the tray out of his hands, which
I
made
have
the great
touched
thing.
everyone's hand. Roll a fortitude save.
No, you get to choose
me-
I
one
roll it.
person.
I was gonna
Oh.
say I was
You
gonna do
picked
the
Roll
me,
for
right?
initiative, Keith.
You picked me, right?
I
Matt.
think you were the first person to get food, so yeah, roll a fort save.
I get
Okay.
plus
Oh
one
my
to this due
gosh.
to my fact that I'm an android.
Matt.
That's 12. I'm gonna use a
That-
hero point.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
That's 17.
Matt.
It's still a failure, so you take a d4 of poison damage and make another save.
Okay.
However, I do need to know, that person just sort of slapped food out of your hands. You didn't directly waste food, so you're fine. But that motherfucker
But
needs to be top
they
Gab,
wasted
Gab
food.
immediately eats the food that's on the floor.
So when
Does
he
that-
when he
I
when he
don't
when
think
he
that
swiped
smooth things over, because technically his hand is poisonous, so either way, that food would be wasted, if not
What?
for the alchemical familiar.
when he slaps the food out of the when he slaps the tray out of his hands, I ask.
But
do you think
not
he's
the
trying to
alchemical familiar. Gabby eats the food.
Do
In
you
that
think-
case,
do you
make me a
think-
fort save.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
had to make
gosh.
fort save?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so I
gonna
asked.
do the roll. And I was trying to figure out what I was
And
supposed to be
Reeve,
doing.
you're back to normal after that. Gabby, you
I
are
asked-
going to take a d6 of poison damage, so let me roll that first d6 for both of you.
Oh.
I'll recover that after
1 point.
I'll
1
recover
point.
that after a minute due to my Ion Stone.
Yes.
take
I
one
asked.
damage.
I asked Keith.
1
I asked-
damage. If you
However,
have-
I will what's my unarmed damage?
I asked. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think it's a
have an unarmed
D4
check.
base. Yeah, I think it's D4 for a base.
D4 plus strength mod
Yep.
because I'm not using finesse.
Yep.
You wasted food.
So anyway,
I don't have access to op yet, but in retaliation, can I backhand him?
Honestly, this whole debacle's already against policy, so yeah.
things are going so swell.
I wanted to ask
So
Robin.
I'll let you roll damage on that one, because I don't think he'd be expecting you to backhand him.
Oh, Bex!
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Right.
we can hear you, but
I keep
this
trying to
th-
say.
Back!
Oh, wow.
You're trying to interrupt me.
Smack the fucking taste out of his mouth.
Unfortunately, hey, Sass. Unfortunately, that was the only way that he could answer what happened, because that is directly committing anathema in front of him. That's a big deal for champions.
Yeah, one of my
I
deities,
understand.
anathema, is wasting food. You
Mhm.
I
fucked up.
understand. Sure.
Also, I think there's something like accept food that is offered to you in good faith. I think is another thing.
Yep.
So technically, I will give Ringo one check, right? See if he can calm things over, because Ringo was convinced this was not a good faith offer, which would smooth things over. So
With this society,
this would be diplomacy, because you're trying to make your case to your ally and to... We'll use the DC for explaining it to Tohor, which is a DC 19 diplomacy. Okay, you're good. So Tohor's
The
like...
DC is one worse because of my ability. What
No.
was it again?
Ringo is explaining what he's thinking to Tohor, which might help you understand. If Tohor
Okay.
listens to him, then makes everything is fine. I need another fort save from Gabby. Anyways, so Ringo said, "What are you saying to Tohor?" Because that is a success, but there's still the answer of what you're gonna say.
well, I'm holding my red cheek, and I'm saying, I apologize, sir. I did not think that this food came with the best of intentions. I
Oh.
cannot apologize enough.
Oh. I'm sorry I called you a wet-legged frog. That was rude of me. Sometimes the dwarf blood just flows powerfully through me, you know.
Yeah,
And
it is quite alright. Shut up, Beerby. It is quite alright.
yeah, well, why did you think that I would offer you food in bad faith? To be fair, this
Yeah,
is a
I
what?
don't have an answer.
No, I told you that too because you thought that he had great pride in his beard and that he would kill anyone who saw him without it. And he's not
Well,
having a beard at the moment.
I have heard that dwarves take great pride in their beards and offense at being seen without it.
Oh no, I hate the beard. In this weather, it's too hot. Also, it's just, you know how I instinctively called you what most people might call a slur? That's sort of the reason why I shave it. I don't want to be acknowledged as one of the dwarves. Neither does most of my clan, but that's not important.
Shut up, Beerby. And he's just like, he has X's for eyes and he's digging his own grave.
So, I am sorry. I think you are... I can't remember the deity at the moment, but I understand why you would go and backhand your own ally over this. Relax. I see that you are a man who upholds your own standards, so I can appreciate that.
Given that 22 is one better than the DC needed versus my class DC, I would also accept your character's apology. Jody forgives. Don't do again. Please and thank you.
I am not acknowledging him at all at the moment.
that backhand seemed like a bit
Meanwhile,
more
Marcel's
powerful
going
than
to sit down
normal.
somewhere.
And so
Marcel,
I used
said-
layout hand.
that's pretty much this.
Oh wait, I could use medicine check on myself.
I'm still waiting for that second fort save, Will.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because you can't technically do a medicine check till you stop taking persistent. There we go. You're gonna do a medicine check on yourself for 1 point of damage. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't notice that the frog wasn't paying attention to me, and I go over towards them and lay my hands on their shoulder.
You're touching the poison frog.
Not the skin.
Also, you've already done the reaction. You can only do it once an hour.
Boo.
What reaction?
Oh, that particular type of Gripply has like a once per hour reaction where an enemy that touches their skin has to make, or anyone who touches their skin has to make a fort save or take persistent poison damage until they get out of being poisoned by the fort save. So essentially, I guess a better way of putting it is poison damage from a poison. So your success puts you back at stage 0.
There you go. Have 6 HP back.
I see
Oh
the goblin.
no! You lay on hands at this point. You'd have second level spells if you were a full caster, so it would be 12 hit points by default because you only roll damage on an enemy. It's 6 hit points outside of that.
I see the
Okay,
goblin
so
on the
that's 12.
floor.
Yeah,
being
you're
poisoned.
right.
Oh, I apologize, dear. I forgot to put on my gloves.
Well, anyways,
he-
thank you all
he's
for
boss.
accepting my invitation to
That's my
Horse. I was
medicine check.
trying to get. Okay. So you're fine. Don't even roll. Like you can't even not be healed back to full
Yeah.
unless you're doing a risky surgery on yourself, which I doubt you'd do because you'd harm yourself potentially more than you already were. Anyways,
I step over to the side and take a seat to recover my focus point.
yes.
Initiating meditation. Please wait.
So he sits there for 10 minutes
Marcel's sitting.
and is like, honestly, I think you guys are the perfect candidates for this job. You guys are weird, and that's exactly what I need. So thank you
Meanwhile,
for
Marcel's
accepting
like-
my... Go ahead.
I was gonna say Marcel's like sitting somewhere playing her lute again. So there's just been music again behind this.
thank you for
She
accepting my...
has played everywhere we go.
I've never heard one of those before.
Anyways, thank you for accepting my invitation. I'm sure you are full of questions. When news that a skilled group of adventurers is in Lannisar reached my ears, I knew Desna's luck and Shaylin's blessing were on my side. Ha! For I have a concern I think you can help me with. First, though, allow me to introduce myself. I am Tahar Khalud. This guy's literal last name is Khlud. Khalud. His last name is Khalud. And this is my home. Please, tell me something of yourself so we can become comfortable. I would say that typically, but I think I know what you guys are about. So, anyways.
Well,
I'm not...
Should I say it or not?
He's like, go ahead. I guess I shouldn't tell you guys to introduce yourself and then not let you introduce yourself.
Well, I am Rico. I was born in a villa outside the outskirts of Chiliax.
Jogo. That's all he says.
Huh. Just,
no one else is introducing themselves? Okay.
Oh, I'm Gabby. I'm an alchemist. I'm also like the medic of my tribe. It's been they kind of really needed one because they couldn't really find any. Anyway, oh, this is Blarg. And Blarg goes out just goes Blarg.
He seems to look at you with utter disdain, but acknowledges you as an ally.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
He's a dwarf, Will, and you're a goblin.
What is the Pathfinder equivalent of Italy?
Oh, I thought he was referring to referring to Blarg.
No, he looks more welcoming of Blarg, if I'm being honest with you. Because Blarg being made by a goblin makes sense. It's not his fault.
Also, yeah. But also, I really like fire. If you need me to light anything on fire, just let me know, please.
Please do not get anywhere near anything I own with alchemical fires. I will sue. Anyways, not important.
And also, if you have any injuries too, I can help you with that.
I think I'd prefer literally anyone else.
Why is that?
I don't think that's an important question. Anyways, what about you? And he looks over at she. Carl!
Carl, you there?
You there?
Probably not. Okay.
Probably. Nope, there he is.
I had my fucking mic muted this entire fucking time.
Skill issue! Skill issue!
Yes, no, like I was the second one to pick up the thing. I was like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a bite out of it. Rajan's just gonna peck my shoulder. I'm gonna give a little bit direction of the state. But you constantly say, oh hey, it sounds like a laugh. Well, coincidentally, you forgot you gave me this.
No, I did not forget about that. I absolutely leaned into that.
Except for the name was actually done after that, which is the funny part.
No, I'm leaning into it after the fact. I'm not gonna lie and say I played it the entire time.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah?
What would be the Pathfinder equivalent of Italy?
Haldor. Yeah, Haldor is like the Rome of the world. So if you...
A villa
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So
I guess by proxy it would be.
If you were to be thinking of like a city that would sort of be like your Venezia equivalent in the world, probably, even though it's not in its best of days, Casimir would be your option.
Very well, Casimir then.
Yep. By the way, why did I say it that way? I will give you a hero point if you know that real world piece of trivia. Venezia.
Is that how it's said in Italian?
Yes. Go ahead. Give yourself back that
Venezia.
hero point.
Venezia.
Venezia.
I
Johnny,
it might also it also might be
I can ask my
Latin
Italian
also.
friend.
Latin is
They're Italian.
stupidly close.
The only
Latin.
reason I know about that weird thing is because it's a literal rant a JoJo villain does.
Well, I'm not a JoJo fan. Maybe he's
Oh
the
my
one that
God.
Golden wins because that takes place in Italy, right?
It isn't Golden Wind because they're going to Venezia, and he's going on this unhinged rant about how all the foreigners call it Venice. Those swine. It's Venezia. People call Paris properly outside of those damn Americans, but no one gives Venezia its respect. It is really unhinged and it's hilarious. Because he's chasing people down in a car trying to murder them, and his thoughts are on Venezia.
Oh my god.
This place would sort of be like, if I were to describe this part of the world, it's sort of like a city-states in like northern Africa right next to the Mediterranean. Because, fun fact, the Inner Sea and the Inner Sea region is based off of the Mediterranean sort of part of the world. Which, by the way, in old school models of how the Earth used to look and work, the Mediterranean was called the Inner Sea. So that's the name. Now, did you want to introduce yourself? Because I was actually sort of coughing as if you should interrupt him.
No, I'm like, ooh, interesting history facts.
I
Counselor.
knew Desna's luck and Shaylin's blessing were on my side.
Yeah.
Cough,
I know,
cough, cough.
No, oh, that's what I was trying to look up. I was trying to figure out, was my connection like to
Shaylin's your
Shaylin.
literal patron.
okay.
Meditation
Okay,
mode
patron. Okay.
complete.
Okay, that's what I was
Initiating
like, I just wanted to double
hello.exe.
check.
Hi
Yeah.
there, my name is Reeve. I may not sound that human at times, but that's natural. This is, after all, an android. Just
Sorry.
roll with me. We'll have a good time. Thank you.
Yes, you and I will get along great. We'll go to bars together and be terrible at picking up women. I like you.
Just faceplant. Just faceplant.
Anyways, to the bard who thinks they're great, what's your name?
Oh my god.
Because she immediately looks up from playing her lute, like, oh, I'm Marcel.
Ah, I see. Never heard of you, don't want to hear of you. Your songs are outdated and outclassed.
How dare you say that about Corridors of Time? I'm cutting in here.
Well,
This robot
Okay.
can wait. No, you
No,
shut up.
No. The
I thought you said we could
immediate
get
thing I
along.
think of is, wait,
You're not doing
this
so good
this
right
guy's
now.
blessing Shaylin and then cursing Shaylin at the same time. The hypocrite.
He's like,
He was saying that Shaylin brought us here and then freaking condemned one of the people's good art.
okay, you can do a sense motive on the guy, because honestly,
Yes,
there's
please.
a reason for this. Or like a DC-13 society check.
Because that's
Oh,
the bad thing
DC-13
about
society check. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's a
that one
very
is the bad
simple
thing.
reason as to why he's being so rude. He's a dwarf, she's an elf. It's not rocket science. It is quite
Wow.
literally
You
an
know, I was
age-old
gonna
hatred.
say it's the
He
bad
is
thing.
lying through his teeth because he hates elves. For no goddamn reason, I would like to add. You'll say that an
Like
elf
most
murdered
dwarves.
his mother, but his mother is in the house.
Oh, you mean that mother? Just point.
I don't know her. Hey, son, dinner's ready. Don't know what you're talking about. You're not my mom. Huh. I think I know
It's
what's
the
going
bad
on.
thing too. It's the bad thing too that when he says that he doesn't want to hear anything with her music, that she's like genuinely like upset because she likes to play her music.
Well, dwarves and elves are natural enemies, just like dwarves and orcs, and dwarves and goblins, and dwarves
Yeah, but do you
and
think
other
she
dwarves.
remembers that?
Damn dwarves! They've ruined being a dwarf. No, I
Yeah,
don't
but do you think she remembers that, Matt?
I don't know. What's your bardic lore like?
Oh god, am I rolling? Hold on.
DC 11 bardic lore check.
Hold on. Hey. Hold on a second. Apparently I need to reload my page because it's being stupid.
Yeah, you're not even showing up as being online.
Ooh,
Yeah, no,
God.
that's why I said I need to reload because everybody disappeared. So it's like, well, shit.
Everything disappeared.
Honestly, you need to roll
We
a
no
5
longer
on a d20. Your modifier's a 6, so why don't I just roll a d20? Yeah, you know he's just being a dwarf. Dwarves are... Okay, a good way of putting this is dwarves aren't necessarily acting this way because they themselves hold a hatred, but rather because they hold a love for their fellow dwarves. It's a sort of disdain that gets leaked through the generations because no dwarf is willing to let go of their hatred, even if they have no good reason for it, because they know people who have had good reason for it. And dwarves are very familial with their fellow tribes. Oh no, you understand how dwarves work. This is the explanation of your knowledge, by the way. So, even amongst dwarves who have accepted an elf as their own, there are still dwarves who will never acknowledge it. Even if that elf has done nothing but help the people of the Five King Mountains.
I think their answer to that is simply she's one of the good ones.
No, because I believe it was
She's the
Kelgar's
exception
family
to the
who
rule.
was like,
Yes,
fuck
yes.
her.
Look, he's not racist. He voted for Elfbama.
I'm not a racist. I voted for the ambassador to Taldor. Is that a voting position?
Who's Italy again?
Yeah?
Taldor.
I thought it was another place, but Taldor it is.
Well, just
But
Taldor.
yeah, Tahar is not necessarily... Tahar holds on to hatred because of a good reason, but hatred is always bad. The hatred is something he does out of love for his fellow kid, but hatred is never a good thing. Maybe a potential thing you can do for him, other than finding the artist, is try and alleviate his hatred for other groups of people who have harmed his people in the past. The man is a lover of the arts. He is lying to his teeth about the opinion on the Bard's music. You all know this. He's got to find a way to warm up to him eventually. So, that's a little side quest I guess you guys have now.
It's just like, I feel offended by those words.
Anyways, after he gets...
Boris liver.
I myself am not skilled in manners such as tracking down missing people. I am a lover of the arts. Not really good at them, but I use my fortune to bring joy and love to the arts in Thuvia. And I know the arts can also bring joy and love to Thuvia as well. So, I have dedicated the last 50 years of my life to earning money to support my family and the arts here in the city. And 50 years is about a sixth of my lifespan. Anyways, I have funded many artists and musicians, and most of the time they come here to seek patronage, and I am pleased to say I rarely had to turn anyone away. Rarely. You can imagine my excitement when the famous poet Valis Bieda came to me and spoke of a new undertaking that I could help support. I can assure you, I immediately agreed. The famous Valis? Can you imagine? He seems lost in thought for a moment before he continues. But now I fear there is some kind of trouble. Valis has not sent his regular update to me in 2 weeks. And just 2 days ago, I received a very strange package. A servant emerges from a nearby doorway carrying a basket. Tanar reaches into the basket with both hands and pulls out a gleaming metal object that looks vaguely like a humanoid head. He fiddles with the knob on the device and begins speaking. When we were challenged by the land and beast, we cultivated the land between shores and peaks. When pressed by enemies on all sides, we come together and fought back our oppressors. When we recognized our strength, we built our cities and strengthened our It says before a sharp popping sound silences the device. A moment later, it begins speaking the same words again. The dwarf turns the same knob and it stops. What do you make of this? There are actually a few different checks. So after the skill challenge, we'll call session here for tonight. But there are several checks needing to be made. Bardic Lore applies to every knowledge check, Silver. You have Bardic Lore.
I'm on it. You just need to tell me the word.
What knowledge check?
We have a few. Bardic Lore. So, that will apply. Society.
I think I'm gonna have to reroll
Yeah.
one of the hourly ones.
Yeah, that's a reroll.
Yeah.
Can I take 10 since I'm an android on the assumption that they forsook their flesh for immortality after they became a developed society? Taking 10 on that, by the way, would be a let's see, 17.
Ow, Hopper, why'd you do that?
Out of curiosity, what skill are you? There's Arcana, Crafting, or Engineering, Diplomacy or Society, and Intimidation. Society or Crafting or Engineering lore. I'd even let you use your Society for the Crafting or Engineering lore. But I would like to ask you just one clarifying question. Do you have, like, outside of game, do you have an idea of what this might mean? Because if so, I'd be more than willing to give it to you.
It's a record player.
Yeah, they developed their society to the point where after the war was over that they forsook their flesh in pursuit of immortality.
So, this, I will give you a crafting or engineering lore check, success. So, this is actually very clearly a clockwork construct. It's nowhere near as advanced as you. This is like some, steampunk level shenanigans. You are offended by this thing even comparing itself to look human. But whoever crafted it was highly skilled for this period of time. Their work is durable and elegant. There is a key slot for winding the device, and its socket at the base seems designed to allow it to attach another piece. However, it appears the head was violently removed, and many of these connections are damaged. And there's more if you guys would have gotten a critical success. So that's a crafting check. Other people can try it.
Look at the head. I look at the head. Retro, but crude. I think the word that I'm looking for is bootleg. Like a Tandy.
So that is one shy of being a crit success, by the way. Anyways,
or a 600 in one NES console. Still kind of cute. They tried.
So, anyways, someone can assist with that crafting check. Anyways, there are numerous stories from Thuvia and elsewhere where sending a severed head signifies either a strong message of impending doom or a grave insult. I said result because typically someone is dead in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
There's no additional knowledge for a crit success there. Do you have crafting? Do you want to try and make a roll to assist, Gabby?
I mean,
DC 20 check, remember. There's also an intimidation check and an arcana check. So,
I mean,
Silver,
I could roll
you
to
know, go ahead and roll to assist. You know that, these, words are delivered in the style of an epic poem from Northern Garund. It is obviously incomplete, but the meter and phrasing... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. The intimidation check, you can make a performance check for the other one. But the intimidation check, you know that there's an implied threat being communicated here. The message goes beyond just trying to scare someone. It contains a taunt. The insult of threat here isn't exactly clear, however, so whoever sent it didn't seem to give it much forethought. In other words, there's a threat here, but it's not creative. There's no style.
Then you said something about a performance check?
Yes, performance or poetry lore. And yeah, so Gabby, the additional result from a critical success you get, there are likely other pieces of information stored within that would probably require either unique tools or a code word or phrase. Trying to gain access in other ways risks permanently damaging the clockwork. And before you start poking around in here, this could be a potential helpful ally. So, information there. But Silver, yeah, that's perfectly good enough. The thing I started saying, either of those skills knows the words are delivered in the same style of an epic poem from Northern Garund. It's obviously incomplete, but the meter and phrasing is traditional Thuvian style. The poet Valis is famous for his work in this type of poetry. Tahar says, "This is all very strange. I didn't expect the package, and I don't understand why Valis would send it without any other information. Perhaps he has more he yet plans to do, and I'm worrying for no reason. Would you visit his home and ensure he is safe? It would do my heart a great deal of good."
Well, we would.
Okay, here's 80 gold. When you find any news, please bring it back to me. I am paying you in advance because I feel you deserve it, and I think you'll do great.
You can count on us. Come on, guys, help me.
After my failed society check, cute little console. Can it play video games?
What is a game?
Oh boy.
Well,
Even after the last comment, Marcel's just like quietly, like just picking at one of her
Those
strings.
are fun. You want to play games?
so we will do one final thing before we get going, and that is...
Oh, hey, can I do
Um,
any? Can I
can
do
you
any
do-
like psychology things on the robot since it's so old?
It's not old. It was severed from a clockwork construct very recently.
Oh, I thought
But,
this thing was.
I will give you a DC 20 Osirion lore. Ancient Osirion lore.
Sure. Let's see what I will click. Nope.
You want to try that again?
Sure. I only have 6 in it, but sure.
So, you've heard a story about this sort of thing before.
I've heard a story about this sort of thing before.
And you know that dragon that follows you speaks Ancient Osirian.
Unfortunately, yes.
And you know that while you can't understand it seems to understand you.
Oh, no, it doesn't. But sure.
So you try and ask it to say a phrase in Ancient Osirian to the little robot head. But before you're done asking, he accidentally says the phrase, and eyes come on, the lights on the eyes come on, and it's like, whoa, that was a weird Saturday. Why do I feel most of my body missing?
By Cheliax, she's alive.
My name is Richard.
Quickly get out my notepad.
Yes. So, where's my body? Why are you guys here? And why do I have no body?
Well, we're here for
Big
you.
shrug.
Going
Me?
off of my aid of society, you are nobody.
Oh.
Is that your name?
No, my name is Richard.
Okay, Richard, nobody.
Longshank's name.
Yeah. How do you know I'm a Longshanks when I don't have any shanks, huh?
Yes,
What do
can
you
you see
mean?
that he is clearly a nobody?
Well, first of all, I didn't give myself this name. For all you know, I'm a robot. How do you know I'm a Longshanks? How do you know I'm not some goblin robot that was given a Longshanks name as an insult, and I'm forced to say it, huh?
But it's exactly
Would you
what
rather be
Longshanks
a
would
nobody?
say.
You can be Richard Nobody. It is an option, yes?
Look, I don't have a lot of time to explain what's going on. So, it is very important, battery low, shutting down.
Does anyone know any electricity spells?
I have lay on hands.
Hold on, would I even
No, I have shocking grasp.
The better question is, what's a battery?
That's a good
Outside
point.
of Reeve.
I have no idea
Yeah.
how this works.
Yeah, yep.
I have healing hands, but you need shocking grasp.
But you know who would know how it works instinctually?
Give it a good zap.
Our techie man.
You're gonna. That probably is a great idea. That's a pretty. What did you say? What's the word
Shocking
for
grasp.
it? No. There's shocking grasp will fry at circuits. Just a heads up.
Leone.
Actually, no, I don't. I was looking at Scorching Ray as well. Never mind. I don't have it.
So, just out of
That's the other
curiosity, you think you guys should take it to your superb mechanic?
Ultra. That's right.
Are we
Yes.
talking about frickin'
Kakushi,
Funadaiku?
yes. Yeah, Funadaiku.
Yeah.
I guess I carry it.
Yep.
All right.
Wow!
Okay.
What's that you got there? Looks pretty high tech.
Richard.
This thing's there. What the fuck's a Richard? I don't know, man. Looks
I believe
pretty,
it
I
is
don't
looks
know.
pretty
for
ultra to me.
Penis.
Oh, man.
I mean,
He opens up his chest, pulls out a thing of beer, flips it open, drinks it. So, this thing's a penis.
Perhaps
This is pretty
looks
ultra.
like-
I'm sorry, I
Or
zone
a
out for like
vibrator.
5 seconds, and I hear something about penis. What did I miss?
so the thing's name's Richard.
Which is
Does that explain shit?
No, it does not.
so a very
I-
common
I
nickname
roughly
for
heard
Richard
about
is
Richard,
Dick.
but I was zoning in and out.
A nickname for Richard is Dick.
Now, how do you get Dick from Richard? You ask politely. And buy him a drink first. God damn.
I'm just
Anyways,
explaining.
so,
I'm explaining this straight face to Silver's character. Like, it's a nickname for Richard, and to the bard.
Because I didn't even
Wow.
ask that in character, but I zoned out.
Well,
Like, I'm
looks
sorry, I
like-
come back and there's penis.
I'm making it canon. Listen. The amnesiac who zones out sometimes. I'm making it canon. Okay.
yeah. Well, this.
No, she will. She will.
What's wrong with this Dick?
it needs batteries.
So she just kind of sits there. She just kind of sits there and blinks.
Where can we find these?
What did I miss?
Does it need to be batteries, or would me hooking it up to the power source of the ship work?
I said batteries, not battery.
Power source. We have a power source. What's a power source?
Oh yeah, we haven't used that yet, have we?
Can someone explain what's going on, please?
Nah, man, that's gonna be an ultra reveal later on when we need it.
Ultra.
It's gonna be absolutely ultra.
I don't. I feel little. I see little need to make
He
this
said his
a
name.
mystery. I'm carrying this dude, and is not. I like to know what I'm carrying.
Well, you can hand him over. I think I've got just the fix for him.
Hmm.
Is it circumcision? I heard that is a thing that humans do.
Wait, who's saying this? Matt. Who's saying this? Who's saying this?
The robot
Mr.
that's
Funadaiku?
hosted by Reeve is
Mm.
making the jokes.
I'm
You-
cautious. He's the good guy of the entire crew, but I am cautious as I hand him Dick.
So you hand him Dick, and instantly he pulls out tools, and then there's a cloud of smoke, and the next thing you know, Dick has a body again.
Dick has a body. Okay.
Okay.
Full math.
You do what you guys want, I guess. What are you doing with him?
Just upgrading him, and he pulls down his chin, throws a beer in it, puts it back up, and Dick's like, ugh. Oh, this isn't my body. I guess it works. Why is it so weird?
We brought you back to life, Richard. Don't be a prick about it.
Why is he talking like that now?
I mean, I guess you got a point. Anyways. I swear I
Oh, I
had some important message, but I can't.
Someone sent
Oh
you
yeah, I
as
remember
an
when I
insult.
resurrect, when I bring my fellow tribe people back. Some of them really want to be with Limbashu, but I just keep telling them no. They don't. She doesn't care.
So,
What is this message about that you mentioned?
I feel like, I feel a little foggy, like I'm under the effects of some illicit substance.
You had,
I
like,
look
good
at
zap
I look
zap.
at
Yes.
I look at our captain. It's like, what did you do?
First of all, not your captain, you are shipwright,
Sorry,
and he looks at you and is like,
my what's his name? What's his position again?
This is
I think he's a sergeant, my man. I don't think he has yeah, he's a sergeant. He's a member of Raphael's organization.
I thought it was
The Kakushin Funadaiku.
I thought he was one of the ship. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Okay, all right. So, what did you do with him?
I gave him a body like mine.
A
I
perv?
should
Did you mess up
we
his?
don't talk about that openly, okay?
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. I was doing a voice for him. A perv?
We don't talk about that openly. Anyways, no, I
My
made
just kind of blinks again. It's like, what?
I made him have a body powered by beer. I should probably use different power source, considering his mind's getting hate. I'll work on it. Give me some time.
You should try soda. No,
Can we give him a beer in the meantime so he doesn't run out of
No.
power?
Soda doesn't make any sense. Like, I've
Okay, give him
tried
a-
that, but like, oh my god, just gets in the gears, makes everything all sticky. Doesn't even work as a decent power supply.
Have you tried tea? So he speaks with. Have you tried tea? So he speaks with. I'm using that voice. So have you tried tea? So he speaks with a British accent.
Oh yeah, no. Tea actually does the exact same thing. The only power
What
source
is
I know
British?
of is beer.
What is British?
Oh, you mean
don't need-
Chilaxian?
Okay,
Sure.
Chilaxian. Okay, I'll get you. What is? Okay, I know what Chilax is.
So I need to figure out a new power source for this guy, or he's gonna have a lot of trouble telling you this important message.
Can you just tell us this now?
I don't know. Can you?
He points at. Oh, well, we look at Dick.
I think that I was supposed to tell you.
Can I punch him, please? Maybe that'll regain his memory.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Do you
How do you
actually
turn
want
him
to
on and
punch
off and on
him?
again?
Do you actually
just
want to... I'm curious.
Listen,
Look,
if-
you're not going to
listen,
get hit
I'm
because
getting
of it.
annoyed. Jogo's getting annoyed, okay? He's
Yeah,
like, I have
you-
no idea what all of this means. All of this battery and shit. How the heck do you just lose what you're about to say? So at this point, I might punch him.
Okay. So you go to punch him. Like, dude, I can't remember because something's messing with my memory, and I think it's whatever is being used to fuel me.
Again.
Excuse me, Marcel kind of speaks up. It's like, I don't think admitting to violence is gonna help anything.
Are we back on the ship now?
You
we've
guys
been
are
back on the
back
ship
in
for a
front
while.
of the ship. Kakushin just does manual robotic engineering.
Can you
How long
whatever,
would it take
whatever
for me
you're
to go
using
back
power,
to,
whatever you're using to power Dick, can you please hurry up? We need to get this info.
How long would it take me
dude,
to go
you might
to
not be
a
listening.
alchemy shop and buy a potion?
I don't know.
Fuck. I'm
I got
Probably
an
like
idea.
an extra minute, so we'll let the rest of the scene play out while you're doing that. Dude,
What'd you say,
it's
Matt?
Seeing
the
the
power
situation and
sword.
knowing about how Edwards work, I go over to the alchemist and pick up a lesser anti-poison.
Yeah, so
Wait, what? Wait.
hold
okay,
on, hold on. Let me say what I'm about to say. Kakushin walks up to you and is like, hey man, listen, what he's trying to say is that he's a bit more human than you're giving him credit for. The alcohol is stopping him from being able to think coherently. So if you have ever gotten drunk, you know exactly what he's feeling right now. So I would take your hand, put it down, and try and find a way of getting that to stop being the case.
Am I able to come back yet?
You are now back.
I walk over. Here, lesser anti-poison, hangover cure, drink.
So he drinks it, and he's like,
Wait,
oh,
I lost
right.
my poisons.
no, you didn't.
Oh.
It's the first experience of being powered by alcohol. That's all. So Richard looks at you and is like, oh, right. Yeah, so...
Oh, by the way, how much did that cost?
Lesser ones, I think, is like 3 gold.
3 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Richard's like, oh, right, yeah, so, long story short. What are you guys currently doing?
We're with Frankie. Or Frank.
No, I mean, like, what are you currently doing for the person who just gave you 80 gold?
We're finding the thing.
Right, so, he
good?
looks up you guys up and down, he pulls you aside, and he's like, deal with your own crew. Make sure they are not doing anything weird, because if they are doing anything weird, this entire world might go up in smoke. That is all.
Terrific.
Just the cartoon.
Now
blinking
that's
sound.
now our crew is now we have to find the rat in our crew, and that does depend on the entire world.
Yep.
Oh,
God.
great. I'm not good at this. Okay, fine. We'll find out.
Also, he, like, says to you, Jogo, I think you should probably start calling him Dick, because he acts more like one, and pieces right the fuck out back to Kakushin, who, if you touch him while he's with Kakushin, Kakushin will give you a piece of his mind. And by a piece of his mind, I mean, he might shoot you. That's where he stores his
So he's
bullets.
calling me. So Richard is calling me Dick, and then
You
going
did
to
try to
Kakushin.
punch him because he was drunk. It's a pretty dick move.
Is that a Jogo reference?
I don't know what Jogo is.
Is that a JoJo reference? Fucking yes.
Other than JoJo.
No,
Huh.
that's a Jogo reference. It's its own kind of reference.
Ah,
Listen, All these technological doodads confuse me. Okay, I want to get right to the point. I want it now.
Well, the
If
point
that
is,
means shaking things out of my out of my robots, don't take offense. It's just that's how I know how to do things. Okay.
Now, friend, the more detail, the better. Let me write some notes.
so do you actually want to do an interview with this robot? I'm curious.
Sure.
I don't
boy.
recall what we were doing.
So that was the final thing that we were doing before our session's ending for today. You'll need to look into where to find the Poet's House next time and then go to it. But this robot named Richard apparently told you that there is a bigger threat amongst your own crew than whatever is going on here. However, the two seem to be related somehow, some way. So next time on Finding the Artist of a Generation, you'll dive deeper into the mystery of who Richard is, what is going on with the poet, and what this means for your crew and its safety. We'll see y'all next week. I think that's still good. But beginning of July, we will